Hello. Oh, sorry. I got a little upset just before starting, so I'm just trying to reset. Okay. No, I just haven't started to work in like 2 days, and there's a bunch of stuff that just came up, so I'm really stressed because there's a lot to do in less than 2 days. Yeah, I was fine. I just, there's no use thinking about it more. I'd rather just we start talking about something else. Anyway, I fixed my VTuber bridger finally. I had to like Google what to do and watch a video and just started zoom screen. Thank you guys. Sorry. Spark shot, thank you. Thank you for the sub. Okay, sorry. Like, seriously, 1 minute and I'll be fine. Okay.
I'm just a little baby. My baby is not what you think. Ooh.
Lazy Viking, thank you for the head pads. Thank you. Thank you. And Keiko, yeah. Yeah, yow. Thank you for the 5 gifted.
Monster cock, monster cock, monster cock,
Okay.
monster cock. That'll be all. Thank you.
That'll be all. Thank you. All right, for real. All right, we're doing the real stream start now. We're gonna forget the last few minutes happened. Okay. So today, what stupid drama do we have? It's Marvel's Rivals drama again. Oh my god, there's a lot today. There's a lot. Like I woke up, rolled out of bed, and started reading a bunch of things, trying to catch up. There's just so much. I don't even know if I can do everything in this stream. There's so many topics. Let's see, what do we have? There's a bird meme apparently people told me I should react to. There's a VTuber that got cancelled from a Mythos a meet and greet and blacklisted. There's a Roa Yuzuki merch, which is a Nichi Sanji library who's being necroed 4 years later. Still. Doki bird, a team draw, that's the big one. I don't know why there's always like Marvel Rivals drama in every single one of these competitions, and this one had $300,000 on the line. And then there's also like this cheating drama between a popular 40-year-old VTuber who's basically getting cancelled for cheating on his girlfriend with a 19-year-old, but everybody like released their own statement. There's there's some wild stuff in there. Like I was like, what the fuck? You're reading some of this shit. I mean, look, she was legal. That's not the part I'm worried about. There's so much caveats to this drama. Everybody kind of just brushed it off as people exaggerating. But reading some of this stuff, I was like, what the fuck? I kept saying, what the fuck every time I read something. It's a more complicated situation than people let on. I don't think people like really looked into it. They just kind of skimmed it. There's some stuff like bro. He sent some people some cum tributes. I was like, Nani desu ka? I want to talk a little bit about the Fallen Shondo V-Expo stuff. There's a person that's like quote-unquote extorting a 16-year-old autistic kid who's trying to start a company. It was also quite the read. To some clipicular stuff if we have time. Also maybe Nuzagi. Nuzagi released a new video on why the VTuber scene has become more negative. And I think it's an interesting topic that I wanted to take a look at. Yeah, what in tarnation? What in tarnation? Still surprised no one is talking about Cleo and another phase member telling people she needs mental health for wanting to buy a house. No, dude, we did talk about it. You weren't there in the last stream? We actually spoke about it for a really long time. It's an interesting discussion because it's like something that's making the fan base talk without being, you know, toxic drama for once. Yeah, Kitsunero, hello! How are you? I hope you're all settled into your new space. But they weren't actually that clip that you saw in Famous Internet Villain. That is like a 40-second clip from a 2-hour video. So we spoke about all of that during the stream, yeah, and we said we can't really like we spoke a little bit. We spoke about it for like a long time, but then everybody in the chat was like, yeah, but we need to watch a 2-hour stream to figure out what they're talking about actually, because they went back and forth a lot. And then we said we'd reconvene and talk about it. But that clip is like kind of misleading because everybody thinks that they're telling Pippa to go seek therapy because of the economical statements that she did, but it's not. I mean, clearly that's not the entire context. And Sheena actually responded to it today, like just now before I started the stream. She said this. I'm going to respond to this because I'm seeing a lot of people take this out of context to attack all three of us. I want to remind everyone that we are friends and this is 2 minutes from a 45-minute long discussion on the meaning of life and what happiness means and how to achieve it. Please be kind as we care for one another deeply, and I hate to see everyone fight over this. No one said money isn't important, it definitely is. You need enough to eat, a roof over your head, and a sense of safety. I haven't always had those things, but now I do, and I'm learning to find happiness past that anxiety and fear of losing it all. I think we all agree that, and is being communicated badly. It's also being discussed during a time when a lot of us are feeling the heat of the economy, so I understand your reaction. Please take care, everyone. CN and Pippa responded Sheena love. Like, they responded to Tonwen, but Tonwen didn't add any broad statement to his clip. It's just that people used that clip to make other statements that were a little bit more toxic. Like this one, you can literally see in this video who has struggled financially in their lifetime and who has lived a life of privilege. This take was alright, I think. Yeah, I remember linking this in Discord. This one is not pointing fingers, he's just kind of telling that they're he's just taking part of the philosophical debate. Pippa is 1000% right here, not to be that guy with the levels of privilege here are carcinogenic. But that's the thing with Twitter though, is that nobody actually checks the context. And it's like pretty obvious that that was a pretty long discussion that was like disorganized and messy. But of course, like when I watched the clip, I was like, oh, they're them telling Pippa that she should go see a therapist feels unwarranted, but I was like, but I know the girls enough that they wouldn't have said that unless she said something about it earlier in the video. So I already knew that it was out of context. That combo was way too long, and I actually still haven't had time to check it out. Yeah, none of them have lived a super wealthy life. I'm telling you, I watched it live and it was brutal how they were ganging up on Pippa. I think what most people took away from it is that they just were arguing about the same thing. And, well, you know, it happens a lot that people gang up on friends groups though. Like, they're still friends at the end of the day. Yeah, no problem, Kosher Dragon. I mean, I have a check mark, but I am demonetized. But the problem with Twitter is that they made it almost mandatory for you to have a check mark. Like, if you're a content creator, Twitter is unusable unless you're paying for Twitter. They made those changes to incite people to pay. Very annoying. And no customer support! Ugh. Most people don't gang up on a friend from a massive live audience. Oh, you'd be surprised. Being live makes people act so much differently than one-on-one. Like, even before when... I'm gonna take more of a casual example. You could have like a team that's training for a tournament or for a game, right, together. And off-stream, they're doing perfectly alright. They're saying, hey, our team needs to move like this. We need to, I don't know, be at Baron in 15 minutes, and everybody agrees. Then suddenly everybody goes live. Everybody has their audiences that are watching them, and they need to look good in front of their audiences. So suddenly, everything that's been discussed off screen, everything gets pushed back when it's been repeated on stream. Like, this is how people are. They really care about each other. That's why they were willing to talk to each other about that topic for so long. Yeah, also, we had a few people in the stream and in my audience, like in my members, that watched the stream live. They were even... Like, my members usually hang out in Discord calls in the community server. You guys are welcome to join too. And they watched the stream live, and they all had different interpretation of how it went down, so... I think everybody's kind of viewing this through their own lens. Yeah, content creators have streamer personalities, and those can vary depending on the person. Yeah, and depending on how much, like, you know, their ego can take, how seriously how they want to portray themselves. If the way they're, if people feel like the way they're being portrayed is like contrary or opposite to how they want to protect themselves or their own vision of themselves, there's gonna be resistance. The comment about therapy also came with the caveat that it's good if you can find a good therapist, like Sheena said. Yeah. Yeah, they all had new model, Monkey. They all debuted new models. Some of them are really good. Pippa kind of looks like Mori Calliope. Moldy Mori. A pickle cucumber. It was a friendly exchange from start to finish. They're just very special people, hence the length of that conversation. Yeah, they were all so autistic about it. And wait, was my super chat font always white? The fuck? That's not normal. I just noticed that. It should be displayed in black. Moldy Calliope? Yeah, it should be black. We can't see shit like this. Amazon going to therapy, paying €60 a month. Damn, your therapy is actually way cheaper than ours. Mine is $125 for each session, but yeah, I'm on the cheaper side. I know people that pay a lot more. Yeah, no, I haven't started discussing Arrival. Sorry, I literally, we're just talking. I have EMDR. What is EMDR therapy? Over $150 session? Is it a psychiatrist though? Because like mine is just a therapist. Like she can't prescribe to me anything. I think, what did I say about this? I don't really remember. I think I said something like, well, just based on this little clip.
Yeah.
Well, money controls life.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Again, it controls
It
how
literally-
it controls your
mental health, and you got
Yeah.
actually
It
money.
literally controls
We're
your
talking
life.
about
If you
your-
don't
No,
have
it
money, you
doesn't.
can't buy food.
Pippa,
If you don't have money,
Pippa.
you don't have shelter. If you don't have money,
I mean, I feel like for having been there, like if a human being has no sense of safety, then you're not gonna be thinking about like other needs, like social needs and stuff like that. You need to fulfill your basic needs to like have a roof over your head, feeling safety, not just feeling safety, feeling like not only that you can pay for your rent this month, but that you're gonna be safe for the entire year and perhaps even in the future. I want you to play Danganronpa 1-3 in the future. Not Ultra Despair Girls, that's a weird one also. What's your favorite slur? You're trying to bait me here. What is this question? My favorite slur right now is chud. We need to democratize the chud usage. I'm only saying that because apparently some people are trying to turn this into a slur when it's clearly not.
you don't have property. If you don't have property, like how are you gonna have a family? You can't protect
It
them.
just, as I said, it just allows you the space to think about the things that truly make your life meaningful.
Do you not understand this defeatist, nihilistic mentality that
How
you have
is-
put yourself
it's-
into? Because
this is just
we're talking about the
reality.
meaning of life, and you say, actually, but money. Like, that's inherently defeatist.
Money is an important part of life. We
It's a
don't
very-
live in a utopia where everything is given to you for free. You have to work for it.
No,
You
but
have
I
to have
work.
I feel like 10 years ago, like money wasn't that important. I think things were cheaper, so we could think about other stuff. Now, right now, everything's so expensive. Everybody's just trying to keep their head above the water right now. So it does feel like you're being more controlled by it. It's so annoying.
The
Be-
resources.
be-
Working
all.
does not make me happier.
Money isn't the be-all, end-all.
But it's true what she says. Working does not make you happier unless your work is fulfilling. There are some times where working makes me really happy. I feel really satisfied with myself. But that also depends. Not everybody is like me. I'm somebody that's like, I think I define myself by my work. If I didn't have work, I'd go depressed. Like you saw me earlier, if I don't stream, I start like spiraling in negative thoughts. And as soon as that's why I don't want to talk about it, because I know it's all in my head when I feel bad about myself. I know I'm better when I focus on something, when I'm being productive. I feel good about myself. I'm like, let's go, Rima, you did something. I feel fulfilled. I feel like I have a purpose. But if I didn't like my job, that'd be another thing entirely. I think people, of course, has a point that money is important, but it sounds so depressing the way she says it. In the end, money is a means to an end. Exactly. Yeah. What is the meaning of life? Money? It falls a little flat. But again, it's a much bigger discussion. I doubt Pippa actually thinks that. The term chud is so funny to me because where I'm from, chuddy is a slang for chewing gum, so that's what I was thinking when I heard it. I just like the sentence, like, I'm a pathetic little chud. I fucking love that. I want to say that about myself. Yeah, put the fries in the bag. That's another Rimaism.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not
it's
the
not-
end all.
That's what we're talking about. We were talking about like your mental health and like,
Yeah.
the meaning of life, and then your instinctual reaction is to start talking about financial
Yeah.
issues.
Because then rich people
life
have
is-
crazy issues
Well, we're
with
talking
their
about-
mental health.
It's
Life is
impossible to have
beyond finances.
It's
and
impossible to
value.
have a conversation
net
about
worth.
value and utility without money, right?
But we're not talking
They're synonymous.
about that. We're not talking about value. We're talking about meaning. Meaning doesn't have to be value. Value is not meaning.
Well, you can
By putting value in, by making value just meaning, you are missing everything else.
That is true, Aquaric. The meaning of life is overrated. I mean, I think that's so hard because I think the human brain, or I don't know about you guys, but me, I feel like when I'm lacking an answer, I need to like constantly scan for it. Like, no, I can't just go on with my life without having the answer to some questions. But true peacefulness arrives when you realize that you can just live with this ambiguity, and you don't need those answers to go on. But it's so difficult to come to terms with that.
I disagree. I can't tell if you're fucking with me.
I'm not Pippa.
Genuinely, we're not.
Pippa,
Are you
I
for real?
genuinely think you should talk.
Are you for
genuinely
real?
think you should talk to someone about
Yeah.
this who can explain it a lot better, because I am not a trained professional. Sheena's not a
Yeah.
trained professional. Chad is not a trained professional. ChatGPT is not a trained professional. So please maybe talk to someone who actually knows what they're talking about, because they can maybe help you.
Yeah, I don't think it came from a bad place. I think they are worried for her. And they felt like they couldn't get through to her. Financial stable does make me happy though. But does it make you fulfilled? I guess is the better question. I mean, honestly, you're not wrong, Yinka. If like me just having a little bit of money in a saving account, as opposed to 2 years ago when I had nothing and was living paycheck to paycheck, I can say that I am marginally happier. But is it just my perception because I'm not like stressed and anxious all the time? That's what I'm wondering. Breathing, oxygen, and surviving is my meaning of life. Without oxygen, we can't survive. Checkmate. Cleo's attitude really annoys me through the whole thing. Did you also watch the full stream? Yeah, providing for your family makes people happy and fulfilled. There's many ways to feel happy and fulfilled. What about you, chat? Like, what would make you happy and fulfilled? Okay, this is a question my therapist asked me, and it's like so fucking heavy. But if you guys want to take some time later tonight to think about it, you can do this exercise. For me, it doesn't matter if there's any meaning in life. As long as I'm happy to live another day, that's good enough for me. That's so fucking beautiful, dude. Honestly, that's how it should be. There's not a singular meaning to life, it's made of small meaning, yeah. Happy hours and a happy ending. No, like let's say you guys are at the end of your life, okay? You're on your deathbed surrounded by your loved ones. Okay, I'm trying to make this not a negative thing. And you're looking back on your life and you're just like you're going through everything you've done and you tell yourself, I've lived a good life. I have no regrets. Try to imagine the life that you're thinking about that has no regret. And I think that's like for most people, that would give them what they believe the meaning of life is for them. And that will vary for each person. Money doesn't buy happiness. It helps removes block to happiness. It does. If anyone is gonna watch the full stream, Pipa says Bazinga from Low Effort Clips made a longer better clip. Oh, he did? Oh, we should check that out. Thank you. There's a I recommend you all to watch this Japanese movie called Perfect Days. It's really beautiful. And I learned a new word from it. It was, but I can't remember it. Okay, I found it again because it's Japanese. So this is the movie. It's really, really, really good. It's a beautiful movie. It's so in this movie, there is a term that I got introduced with. They don't tell you that in the movie, but this is basically a philosophy it's built around. It's called komorebi, and it's like it's a Japanese word that describes, you know, when you look up through the branches of a tree and you can see all the light passing through the leaves. It's like this beautiful, it's a beautiful image. And throughout the movie, the character, he looks up to the trees and he looks up at the light and he's just like very content with life. And it's sort of like this word also means that it's like the appreciation for just fleeting everyday beauty, but it's also coming to terms and coming to peace with all the positive, but also all the quote unquote negative decisions you've made in your life. Like a lot of people, when they say enjoy the moment and all of that, it sounds to me a little bit like toxic positivity. So it never really resonated with me. And I'm somebody that's has like extreme difficulty just appreciating things when I'm in them. Like I guess I have difficulty like being like appreciating the positive things when they're there like fully. Instead, I'm just always stressing out about the next thing. But komorebi is not about toxic positivity. It's about like coming to peace with the decisions you regret and also all of the like being present in the moment as well, and appreciating like little beauties. So the character, he starts every day this exact same way. He looks up at the sky and he's like, today's a beautiful day. Yeah, stop and smell the flowers. But he's not a perfect character either. He's a flawed character, and that's made on purpose in the movie. But even if you are flawed, you can still find happiness. There are some... No, there's... Yeah, it's not just a movie like Get High and Be Happy. It's not... Again, it's not about just being happy. It's about both. But Japanese philosophy is all about the yin and the yang. You know, the white and the black mixing together. So it's a very Japanese way of looking at life. But it's all about balance. Rima, only money and reading Yuri makes me happy. Well... Reading yaoi makes me happy, that's true. Yeah, it's about being content. About the yin and yang was Chinese? Wait. Sure. Whitey Morg! Thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you, thank you. People likes animals, still she doesn't think like that at all. Rima, that's Chinese. I'm sorry. Yin and yang is Eastern? I mean, it comes from Chinese, but it obviously had an influence on Japanese. I really thought it did, because even the way, like, even Japanese cuisine is about balance and, like, flavors. They don't have a lot of strong flavors that are... Like, you know, in French cuisine, you'll have, like, blue cheese, or you'll have, like, something, like, kind of stanky, or... They don't have that in Japanese cuisine. Oh, it comes from China, but it's mostly Eastern. Kind of stanky. I mean, yeah. Yeah, at one point we went to one of the best like udon places in Japan, and we had the option to add this. It was a fermented butter. So you're thinking fermented butter, it's gonna be like kind of stanky, you know, it's gonna be the strong taste, but no, all of the flavors in the udon like just fit so well together. Nothing really stood out. It was perfect. Bye bye, Coffee and Hobby. Natto exists. You know what? They told me I would have to try natto, and then I didn't. Nobody really likes it, apparently. It has a pretty bad rep. You don't. They told me I should react to this bird meme. I don't know why. I've been told I'm not allowed to pre-react to it, so this is my raw reaction.
Met her on the way to Chicago, where she was all alone. And so was I.
Okay, so this is the Giga Chad bird, and he's gonna try to like court this other female bird.
Asked her for a name. She smiled and looked at me. I was
okay. He's alpha.
Surprised to see that a woman like that was real into me. She said she didn't have no man.
Oh no! No! Disaster! Oh no, bro, he's getting his moment completely stolen. This guy is out mugging him so hard. He's got the moves.
She was all alone. Said I don't get that no one. She said doesn't get enough bitch.
Oh no, I feel so bad for him. He's getting dance mogged.
Never would have thought she was living like
No!
her words seemed so sincere. When I held her near, she would tell me
Stop, that's so sad. Why is he in the cuck chair? He's got cucked so hard, dude.
how she feels. It felt so real.
Dude, you just met her. He's got a 1-second flashback of the good times they spent together because he just met her.
To me, this girl, she had to be an angel sent from heaven.
Wait.
Just for me.
No way.
She loved me.
Hold up. What is this insane yaoi plot twist? No way. What? The ending poses so cool. Dance birds? Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. Insane plot twist. This reminds me of the Long Long Man ad. Wow. I did not expect that plot twist. I was mourning for him, but turns out he's all right. The comments? This animation is so iconic already. It's basically become Chicago's official music video. This is the fastest induction into the Internet Hall of Fame ever. Yup. Worry not, young Ivian. I will teach you the ways of courtship schmoving. This is how people were introduced to Michael Jackson's Chicago. I've never heard that song. I was thinking it's a new song. This is Michael Jackson? How many times have you listened to it? Yes. It's actually a banger. I refuse to believe this is the same person who made Velma with the original Velma? Why? It's like watching a movie a second time and learning all the secrets. The bluebird never looked at the ladybird once. His eyes were always locked on the blackbird. What? Wait. I don't... Are we for real?
So asked her for a name. She smiled and
No, he's looking at her
me.
now.
I was surprised to see that a woman like that was real into me. She said she didn't have no man.
He's got the schmooze. He's got the schmooze. Oh, the bluebird, not the blackbird. I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay. You mean, okay, I'm supposed to look at the bluebird. My bad.
Never would have thought she was living like
Why do birds do that to each
her
other,
words
though, the
seemed so
pecking?
sincere. When I held her near, she would tell me how she feels. It felt so real to me. This girl, she had to be
This is such a banger,
angel sent
though.
from heaven just for me. She said she didn't have no man. She loved me. She told me she was all love.
Is she bothering you, King? Wait, the song is 25 globally and USA on Spotify right now. Give him some royalty. The pecking is like a form of grooming? Oh. Wow, that was really good, actually. BL equals bird love. Hell yeah. Say it for the people in the back. Oh my god. Is it true though? So maybe Miriam is right. Fellas, is it gay to live with a woman? I saw this Reddit thread earlier. Is it true? Like, maybe he's right after all.
Gay, bro. Like, yo, if you gotta run shit by your girl, what are you doing? What the fuck? I don't want to do business with some nigga that's gotta ask his wife for permission. That's fucking. That's gay. That's stupid. Well, Myron, I live with a girl. That actually makes me less gay. No, it makes you very gay because your girl's gonna turn you into a fucking bitch. Because women are lazy. You get that? Women are fucking lazy. They're not like us. They don't have a natural proclivity to fuck work, retard. Women don't have to be hard workers to get laid. Women don't have to be hard workers to get sexual access and or reproduce. You do though. Why the are you?
Living with a girl is peak gay. True. I love that. The guys when the camera is off. Brokeback Mountain. Where's that from? How can you not know where's that from? Hello, it's Brokeback Mountain, the original BL. Vote goes Vinted. Oh, it's D. D the Sphinx. Hello, D. Hello, everybody. Go check out D's channel. She's amazing. Amazing D. How you been, girly? Hope you guys had a great stream. I never seen Brokeback Mountain, so I feel like even if you haven't seen Brokeback Mountain, you at least know what this is about. It's about two gay cowboys. Man, Miriam has changed a lot since he's been rejected by Nerissa. I know he's been saying shit like that for a while. Michael Jackson smiles somewhere in heaven. Thank you, Villain Jack 6. Yay. Yeah. I think yeah, Miriam also crashed out because Clavicular left his podcast early the other day. Clavicular was supposed to save the manosphere and, you know, give it like a second life because the manosphere was kind of falling off, but now Clavicular is like, the manosphere is in shambles. The Clavicular is turning against them. He kissed a trans woman on stream the other day. And doesn't give a fuck, apparently.
You can ask wherever you want.
It's no disrespect whatsoever, but are you... No?
What?
They're saying in the chat. You are? Okay, I was just, I was wondering. I don't give a fuck, but like...
I don't know if I believe it though. Like, I don't think she's trans. But maybe, I mean, some people were finding her. I kept seeing community notes on Twitter saying that that she wasn't trans and they were just making shit up. But in this clip, it looks like she says, yes, she is.
Let's go! Let's fucking go!
He does look AI generated, like he looks so different lately. I don't know if it's because he's high as a kite or what's going on. Is he wiping his mouth? What's going on? Did he get a... Oh yeah, people were saying... Oh man. Based on how he's playing with his nose, Coke was involved. He actually got a butch nose job. Is that why he looks so different? Is that why? XQC commented on this.
They said it that chat, I read Twitter chat, everybody said it. They said it that that it wasn't a trans woman. And even if it was, who gives a shit? I mean, I don't like, who gives a fuck? Oh, who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck. Okay. If you can't tell the difference, who cares? Live a free life, free of worries. It is what it is. It is what it is. Well, buddy.
Rima translate for us. He says, if you can't tell the difference, then who cares? It is what it is. Clean take. I like this SQC thing. But anyway, it's very funny because like Manosphere in shambles. This guy Clavicular was supposed to rep them, but he's betraying them right now. Although, is he betraying them? Because Manosphere is turning pretty gay, so who knows at this point? I'm all confused. Accidental ally. Wait. Also, even this is another looks maxer called Androgenic. Yeah, I pronounced it right. And he's often like in the clips with Clavicular. And he said he's had also a clip of a trans woman go viral recently. And he QRTs this tweet saying Clavicular gets upset with his chat for being homophobic and shows support for the LGBT community. There's nothing wrong with them. If you hate on them, you have nothing better to do, he says.
I just really couldn't give a fuck. You know, I got better things to worry about.
Oh, I know when this happened. This is because he got out, like, he was eating at some kind of fast food with some friends, and I think 3 trans women walked in and started talking to him, and then I guess after they left, he said that. How do I know that? Don't ask me. I get way too many Clavicular clips on my timeline. I did not ask for it. I'm seeing these clips against my will, okay? I swear I don't care about any of these people.
High school, a lot of, like, my friends and me, like, you like are extra hateful just because you have nothing better to do with your time or because you think it's funny.
Yeah.
Like the moment you start like actually doing anything productive, you're just like, bro, like,
yeah, for
they don't care, I don't care.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck, bro.
Alright, anyway, so Androgenic response to this saying, we both realize resentment and hatred are driven by inner conflict and simply unproductive for both your internal and external prosperity. To optimize is to delete all resentment. I'm not a Clavicular watcher. Why did you click on it then? Because I'm getting clickbaited by their captions. Okay, I'm clicking off. I've never got Clavicular on my timeline. This is all you, Rima. Listen. I will not get slandered here. Let me pull up my profile. Okay, oh yes, let's talk quickly about this, then let's do the Marvel Rivals after. So do you guys remember Yuzuki Roa? If you've been a long time fan of my channel, I've actually made a video about her 2 or 3 years ago. It's one of my really early videos because I had my old model with this. 3 years? That's how long you... Oh god, I don't want to listen to myself, but I think I released this 2 years ago and I said 3 years. So anyway, Yuzuki Roa hasn't been live since 2021. She's this Niji Sanji liver that got caught up in a lawsuit against another Niji Sanji liver back then. The story is a whole entire mess, so you need to check out the video to know the entire context. But she's basically, disappeared since then. A lot of people are saying she reincarnated, but I'm pretty sure I spoke about it in my video. And it was a false flag. She said that it wasn't her. Like, the girl they assume is her has said many times that she wasn't her. So, unless she lied, I don't think it's her. But anyways... They're still releasing merch of her for each of her birthday, and I mean the art is beautiful, I'll just say that. However, a some people are upset because, as you guys know, some Niji Sanji fans have been upset because, for example, Lazulite hasn't been getting enough for like anniversary merch, or some other EN livers aren't getting enough merch. So they're like, why are you spending so much resources on these merch? It also brings a lot of questions. For example, who's buying this merch? Like, are they actually making profit off of this merch? And also, there's some voice packs in there. Who's making the voice pack? Is she recording the voice pack? You know? Because if she is recording the voice packs for them, and she's not streaming and collecting royalties, then okay, that sounds like a pretty cool way to earn passive income, I suppose. Although, I suppose 2% isn't that much. But if she isn't, what if she's like, are these new voice packs each year, or are they reused voice pack? Like, are they just reusing her old voice? Because that would be fucked up. Or is she just recording new voice packs for them? That's the other question this brings up. Honestly, Yu Mizuki Roa, who's been making a living off just merch and voice content since that incident, has the best time efficiency, right? She gets more buzz from dropping merch than regular active livers do. If you break it down to hourly pay, I think she's raking in insane money. And here I'm thinking stuff like that. Man, I'm a shitty person. There are some folks saying something like, hasn't been active for several years, but aren't they putting out voice content? If you call that not being active, then how many Niji Sanji livers would end up counting as not active, I wonder. That aside, happy birthday, Rosan. Congrats. So, again, they're asking the same questions we are. Birthday merch for someone who's been inactive for over 5 years, but nothing for Lazulite's 5th anniversary when they're still active. Okay. And I guess personal birthdays and gen birthdays is different, or the company treats them differently. But this has been some of the questions revolving around this. There's always been a lot of mystery around her disappearance, and I don't think we're gonna have any answers. Is it digital necromancy at this point? Some people have certainly called it that. Yeah, she's more of a voice actress than a streamer. Is Saba back? No, she's not. AI voice packs? I hope not. I don't think so. I'm just curious if she's actually a VTuber who isn't a streamer. I mean, at this point, she is, right? If she's making these voice packs, but she's not streaming, that's she's an IP. She's more of a voice actress. She is very cute. She's very cute. All right. Done. All right. The Doki arrival drama. This it sucks because one of the main person involved just privated their Twitter like as I went live, so I lost a bunch of tweets. I'll do my best to explain the drama.
Yo.
Shut up, XQC. Alright, so this is a Marvel Rivals tournament And this is Team Canada, okay? It's been announced a few days ago, I believe. And XQC, Doki Bird, Fancher, For Warren, and Aramori are all on the same team. Now, if you guys have been following like VTuber drama for a while, you know that there's been some friction between XQC and Doki Bird in previous years in regards to like Marvel's tournaments. And XQC has even thrown like jabs at Doki Bird's team the last time because what was it again? It was something around she had too much of a stacked team. The tournament organizers changed the rules like 2 days before the tournament, and XQC was not happy about her team being stacked, even though I think Doki Bird ended up benching herself and her team still did super well. Yeah, Doki was captain of the team. There was a sudden rule change limiting high rank or Grandmaster Plus players, forcing her to drop out so her pro teammates could compete for the money. But her team still won the tournament and curb stomps both XQC's and Shroud's team. And XQC was reportedly very salty and accused them of cheating slash smurfing, and this fueled, this ongoing perception to this day that he dislikes VTubers. However, for this particular event, XQC and Doki Bird have largely stayed out of the drama or have tried to. They're not the one causing issues at all. There's also been another Marvel Rivals drama, to give you some context, with Kingsman that happened more recently. And I have to give you guys this context because a lot of people, I mean, this Kingsman drama is being brought up repeatedly in this situation. Basically, Kingsman was, I think, a one trick, and he got kicked from his team after repeatedly pushing for a better hero comp, and specifically asking this other streamer, Zaza, to switch off Black Widow because it was getting hard dived and the team would get rolled in triple support meta. The team mocked him on stream and VOD. Zaza's boyfriend dropped a Google Doc calling him toxic. The organizer ended up banning him without much investigation, which was really weird. And then the team ended up performing terribly and ended up last place. He later dropped a video with receipts, clips, and then some people apologized, and then there was like some community split with some bullying and misogyny accusations flying both ways. But Kingsman ended up getting tons of support and subs out of it. This was for, I think, a 40k tournament back then. And Kingsman wanted to take the tournament seriously because there was a lot of money on the line. This tournament, however, is for a prize pool of 300k. Yeah, he was the best with his character. I think they were both one tricks, no? Zaza and him. No? No, what do you mean Kingsman was just that good? Oh, so he plays multiple characters at this level, but he's just really good with that off pick. Okay, he played multiple characters. Okay, that's settled. Thank you. So, okay, where should I start with this? Now, fast forward to this. Let me just think how I'm gonna start this. Well, Team Canada gets absolutely stomped in this tournament. There are several issues. Mostly it all goes back to how these tournaments are being set up. Like the teams that they're making, they're often very unbalanced. There's a mix of pros, there's a mix of people that aren't playing the game at all, etc. Merkit, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Thank you, thank you. So one of the key players in this drama is this person named Warren here. And Warren has some experience in Overwatch from my understanding, but he is not a Marvel Rivals player. Surefour used to be an Overwatch pro. I'm not too familiar with how good he is at Marvel Rivals. Same with XQC. I know Doki plays a lot. Seems like Aramori is very experienced player as well. Fan, I have no clue. Now, basically, it started with the opinion has shifted since yesterday somewhat. At first, people were on Warren's side, okay, because Warren is the one trick in the situation. He's playing this off pick. His team asks him to change. He refuses, complains a lot of the time, says his team is being very toxic to him, has horrible vibes, and he basically wanted an apology from his team. When he offered to switch roles, he got met with, "You should have done that 2 games ago," passive-aggressively, like you're weird. Who is Fan? She's a very big Flesh streamer. There's this montage that's going viral of
Louder? Can you play Ultron? And just see
hello, can I pause?
It's like comfortable. If it's not comfortable, then it's like it's not.
What? It won't let me pause. Okay. So Warren here is a squirrel girl one trick, whatever the fuck that means.
Louder? Can you play Ultron? And just see if it's like comfortable. If it's not comfortable, then it's like it's not.
It's just like Domina.
Yeah, it's just you have 2 drones, right? Put one on your back.
This is so quiet. Can you guys hear anything?
Put one on X, right? Move one around from who's ever taken damage, and then like super easy beam to hit, play low.
Yeah, this is gonna be diabolically selfish. I just don't find any other character fun in this game. It's overhealth and damage boost. Yeah, but guys, I'll be honest. Once again, I don't really give a fuck. I just want to play schoolgirl. Nah, bro.
He's like, I don't really give a fuck. I just don't want to play Squirrel Girl. This is boring. They're asking him to switch picks. He's like, I'm bored, but there's 400k on the line. Let's remind each other that. And yesterday, people were at first on his side, like massively on his side. But people then were like, wait, why are we on his side when he's basically pulling a Zaza? And in the last drama, everybody was against Zaza. So what the frick?
Oh my god.
But he wanted to play for
I
vibes.
Understand. I just want to play Squirrel Girl. I'll tell them after. I'm just playing this out to show like effort, and then I'm just gonna tell them that I would rather play Squirrel Girl or DPS. I mean, this is like legit just not even a fucking support, which is hilarious. This is insane. Bro, like, these characters...
Honestly, doesn't really matter.
Oh, he just got out of his 50-hour work week. He just wanted one.
This is fucked up, guys. I feel bad.
You guys are fucking shit stacking and quick play.
This is disgusting, really.
Like, he looks really good.
No, but he's a snooze fest. My gosh, put me on the squirrel. No.
Okay. Well, it's like
I'll try, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like, so my question is, like, Warren, I totally get you want to play squirrel. Does everybody want to win, or does like
win?
Just, like,
win on the squirrel.
Win.
Okay, but like we're not going to win on the squirrel.
Believe it. Believe in us.
You did not
I believe in
believe
you.
in the me
I believe in your
that
ability
believes
to flex
in you.
To other characters. Your sports. Use your ship
crouch or
Yeah,
whatever.
that sounds silly, bro. Just put me on Squirrel Girl. Let's win this tournament. His damage is decent. Yeah, his damage is kind of busted for sure.
easy beam to hit. Play low.
Yeah, this is gonna be diabolically selfish. I just don't find any other character fun in this game.
But do you want to win more?
Oh, I win on Squirrel.
He's won a tournament before on Squirrel, so he
Bit
really
louder.
Can you play
thinks.
Ultron?
See, like, people are like, no way Aramori created burner countercry about Warren. Aramori is another person on the team who's like been pushing against him. So the clips didn't really come out at first. And at one point he like deleted his VOD after the Marvel's Rivals Creator World Championship and even went private. Then he went public again, tweeted a bunch on Twitter, complained a lot, honestly. And now he's privated again. He's also kind of
I'm seeing a
blaming
lot-
Doki Bird and everybody else in this clip. Let me sound.
Just saying, I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces in this tournament as in the last tournament as the current one, including Doki Bird, Aramori. Wait a second. Fan? Wait. Aramori, Doki Bird, Fan. We're all in this tournament too? And none of them were on my team? And XQC and I won? Huh.
See, he's like, oh, I won with XQC in previous tournament. Now I'm with these girls, Aramori, Doki Bird, and Fan. And we lost, you know? And apparently Doki Bird even defended him. Fan has said absolutely nothing negative about him.
That's weird. That's fucking weird. Well, just goes to show I don't actually know if the problem was us. Oh snap, guys! No. I think we just discovered something new, but let's not get into it, okay? I'll let the audience decide what they want to decide. I'm just saying, it's strange. You know, I didn't play good by any means, but just saying.
I like his shirt though. Fan actually DM'd him in support before that. Okay, I have this on my notes. I'm not there yet. We're going there bit by bit, but I'll get through everything. So the thing is, the information that I'm lacking is I don't know who made the teams. Some people were saying that the team captain makes the team, or it's a tournament organizers. Either way, there's something fundamentally like there's something about these tournaments that makes it unfun for the people playing in it. And a lot of people are, you know, pointing out or giving backlash to this clip. Like Simpagator here says, hey bro, you don't have to drag the other members of your team worldly on a woman. Dan as well, when Doki's community was majorly on your side. Now you come off as a high ego loser who can take a bit of flack now when under a bit of heat. The fact that he wasn't the only that faced getting his vibes getting ass blasted as well. She was the only one that could relate to him and this, and now he threw her under the bus too. I don't fucking get it.
In this match,
I'm banning Gambit.
Okay.
They weren't playing Gambit. They weren't playing Gambit.
Okay.
I'm banning it either way.
Can we consider a Star-Lord ban? I feel like last series, this series is a problem for me.
I'm gonna save Strange so you can go back to
I
Strange.
feel
if
like
you need
we
to.
wasted that ban. They
not
weren't.
gonna
What? If she doesn't
ban
want me to
Gambit.
play Gambit, just tell me not to play Gambit. I just thought we were running triple, so I might as well go Gambit. It's a little bit passive aggressive, not gonna lie.
Yeah. I think we banned Star-Lord so we're not just getting ran down by
You
the
literally
same
just
comp.
tell
at
me
least
Gambit was a
switch it up
bad
bit.
choice.
Short.
I feel like wasting a ban, like unrelated, but wasting a ban in a tournament setting is like really bad. That's like really bad. Hi, Lumi's here? I didn't see. Like, bans are extremely important because the other team's gonna use their bans properly. Oh, we got a raid? Hi, guys. Warren says he felt disrespected by Aramori and her coach for not helping him learn Squirrel Girl and Namor, but instead taught him support, and makes no sense because they already had 3 support mains. Alright, can we load this clip, or...?
That he would help play my heroes better. Does that make sense? Like, what was the coach's purpose in RVC if it wasn't going to be like, hey, you could position and do this differently. You could save your cooldowns for this. You can, you know, instead of just go rocket, go ultra. Like, I get the notion, but I also find that it was disrespectful. Like, that was bad coaching, plain and simple. It's bad coaching to be like, hey, just, like, go support. When we had 3 fucking support players. And it's like, that's why I didn't. To be 100% honest with you, in the first half of the tournament, I didn't. I flexed and I tried to, you know, work around it and play characters that were... Like, when I was like, Armor, do you have a coach in mind? And she invited him. I was kind of hoping that he would...
Oh, it started again. Hee hee. There's another clip. Warren says Doki Bird and Aramori were not helping XQC on tank because they were too busy blaming him instead of addressing other fundamental
And I feel like his
issues.
voice went completely swept under the rug. XQC's fucking struggling. Okay? Like, XQC was struggling. And nobody was paying attention to him because the peanut gallery was too focused on me on Squirrel. Doki Bird and Ara were too dead set on me being the problem. And they didn't want to admit that, like, there were other fundamental issues. Okay? Like, X was struggling, dude. He was getting grabbed and tossed around like a salad on tank by the Wolverine and stuff. And so, this is where we move on. Everybody's so quick to say I was a bad teammate. XQC and I. All right? Go, hey, we think we should ban Wolverine. X is really struggling. We only have 1 tank player. Let's ban Wolf. Let's ban Wolf. You know what she does? She doesn't ban Wolf, and then they protect him in game 2. And then the same thing fucking happens. And I feel like...
I'm pretty sure Doki said nothing, though.
XQC is 2 and... XQC is 2 and 6. 4 and 4. 3 and 4. 3 and 5. 1 and 4. 2 and 4. Why does she, like, why is everybody so dead set on me being the problem? I costed the whole fucking tournament for them, apparently. I was the one taking it too lightly. Dude, we were hot ass.
What did we... Okay, let's talk...
XQC is 2 and 6. 4 and 4. 3 and 4. 3 and 5.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the purple bar. I was wondering why the purple bar wasn't moving. Yeah, okay. Oh, Kingsman commented on this. I feel like I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Is my stream buffering? Is that why this is buffering? Or is it just my internet?
Thoughts on bro saying he doesn't find any other character fun except Squirrel Girl? Ah, okay. Well, that mindset, like, I don't find any other character fun except for my main. It's just because you haven't played the game as much. Like, there's no way. There are so many fun characters in this game. And I used to think the same thing. Like, I used to only find Magic fun until I played the game more. And then I played other characters, and I was like, wait, all of the characters are really fun. Like, Emma, all the tanks. I was starting to love tank. I really love a lot more DPS now. When you start playing the game more, you find more characters fun. That's it. He's an Ashe main on Overwatch. Okay, if I knew that, I would immediately put him on Hitscan. I'd put him on Phoenix or Cyclops. Only
An Ashe main in Overwatch? I only know Ashe from League of Legends. The fuck? Wait, who's Ashe from Overwatch?
like 5 minutes in the range to teach him Cyclops. That character is easy as fuck. Shoot, beam.
Nani? Who the fuck is Ashe from Overwatch? I've played Overwatch. I've never played Ashe. Guys, you must understand, he just wanted Squirrel Girl because it's easier for him to go on. If he played Phoenix or Hela instead of Squirrel Girl, this game goes far more different. Actually, he doesn't die as much. They would have way more pressure against the enemy team comp. So there's been a few, like, Twitter exchange. They've been fighting on Twitter. It's gotten pretty saucy. I feel like I should show some of the Twitter exchange first. But most of all, okay, so there's been the Doki Bird tweet saying, despite all the drama going on right now, I hope everyone will support the creators and teams tomorrow that qualified to the finals. There's a lot of smaller streamers around the world that made it through, and I do hope that the negative focus doesn't overshadow their efforts and exposure. I think that's what I feel bad about the most. No one really wins in this situation, as everyone will focus or talk about the negativity that came from Rivals World Cup. Getting invited to these events is hard for someone who's a smaller creator, as opportunities are very slim. It attempted to shine a spotlight to underrepresented regions and creators around the world, and I know a lot of players worked really hard to be there and they deserve the exposure, so I hope in the end, despite a tournament having its fault, people can still support the players that made it through. So this is what Doki had to say about this. And there's also a clip from her stream. She's, as you can see, she's very positive, very drama-free.
I said this is the last time I talk, but this is the last thing I'll say about it. All in all, drama sucks. I hope it doesn't ruin the spotlight for the people, for the teams and the creators that are still in the World Cup. I would love if people support the remaining teams in the World Cup because they deserve the spotlight. But I have no hard feelings for anybody on my team. And, you know, even like I was just like, you know, emotions get to everybody. And I felt really like, you know, the synergy just wasn't there, and that happens. This is me and Fat. What happened? I know I said this is the last time I talk.
Like, I'm telling you guys, when it comes to people playing competitive games together or being in front of a live audience, that it exacerbates all kind of issues. So first of all, this... And it sucks because he legit deleted some stuff. Okay, I found a Reddit thread with some archives. Phew! Okay. The situation blew up on Twitter yesterday when Jay, who's, I guess, from his username, probably used Overwatch, and I sent you the apology. Okay, one sec. There's so much to go through before we get to the apology. So J3, he's the captain of the USA team. Their team was allegedly, from what I'm understanding, very strong. Okay, they were a very stacked team. He says, opinions on the Marvel Rivals World Cup so far. I wish there was more advertisement in general. It's good that they got people who are familiar with the game, but don't mean rivals. Great for reaching a new audience. If you're going to get invited to a 300,000 tournament, probably should learn more than a squirrel girl. A lot of people would give anything for an opportunity like this. Obviously, this is aimed at Marv, right? A lot of visibility to different countries and streamers like Team Brazil, which had really good players, and Team America United, who kicked our ass 2-0. This is the first test run for a World Cup and Marvel Rivals. Hopefully it grows into something beautiful. Would love to have more countries participate. And then people are like, you know, I played 40 hours of Marvel when it launched and I stopped. They called me to play on Thursday. I installed the game and spent 13 hours only playing support. And it's like, dunking on Worm for participating and trying his best in a game he doesn't play anymore against your overly stacked team is actually sad, Jay. If I get invited to an Overwatch tournament, should I jump on a Junkrat? If we lose, my excuse could be, I tried my best but I don't play this game anymore. Doesn't matter what game, if I was invited to a tournament with a huge prize pool, I'm going to learn that game. I said Marv. I think I said Marv. I meant Warren. Okay, maybe I am dyslexic. What the fuck? If it's a Marvel Rivals Cup, I'd expect to see Marvel Rivals players. I do agree that it's amazing to see this high successful streamers from other games play it or to invite more new players, but just for the wording of Marvel Rival World Cup, I would expect it to be more like Marvel Rivals player. And NetEase, I think they're the one organizing the tournament. Did you flip the letters upside down? Maybe. Oh, Jay and Warren had beef before. Oh, is that why? Oh, is that the context for this tweet? J3 still salty after a year over a joke? I know Aramori is in the wrong for hopping on Twitter and blaming Warren. NetEase doesn't know how to organize these events. I think everybody agrees that something needs to change with the tournaments, though. The way they're set up. So basically, then Warren goes on Twitter and he QRTs J3's tweet and he says, just to clarify, I only had a few days from the moment I was invited to the actual tournament. It was pitched as a creator tournament, so I accepted it, like always. Every day off stream, I practiced my main, Squirrel and Nammer, and I tried to pick up Cyclops. He got banned nonstop. And then Aramori responded to him and says, girl, we suggested Ultron, you picked it, we played well, and you said, no, this is too easy, I'm going back to Squirrel Girl. Like, there's obviously tournament issues, but yes, some of the blame is on you as well. When I was invited to an Overwatch tournament, I was playing 6 hours a day, every day for 3 days beforehand. Marvel Rival is not a hard game. Man, especially with Overwatch experience. Yes, there were other issues on our team. I myself made silly mistakes, but yes, having a hero pool of Squirrel Girl and Namor is really, really hard for a team to work around and is on you, dude. Your response to her saying played well is hilarious considering it was half a quick play. People were leaving the other team and I didn't know what 2/3 of the abilities even did. I clearly wasn't comfortable and any of the teams we played against would have eaten me alive floating around like a moron. Bye, Socrates. Bro, I played Mauga in Overwatch Journey with 0 playtime, no knowledge on what his guns do, and ran around having most damage in the lobby. I know it's different, but surely we can just pick up a hit scan character and shoot them like you're a good player, you'll figure it out. He says what I'm saying is I understand I'm bad and clearly wasn't as good as other players in our region, that's for sure. No matter how you twist it and make it sound like I could have played other characters. It was a wash either way, and you're throwing all the blame on me is sad, really. Bro, she responds, and then she highlighted like some of the blame. There were other issues on your team. I myself made silly mistakes, so she's basically responding to him saying, you're throwing all the blame on me. She's like, I'm not doing that. He says, lol, I fear I had to hear it all tournament long. Forget the tweet. Do you want me to make an hour-long montage of every time you threw shade at me for underperforming or struggling? If it bothers you that much, sure, man. Don't forget every time I mentioned any of our other teammates or reacted to their mistakes too. Like, it's a creator tournament, mistakes happen, OTPs happen. I'm just saying, stop acting blameless. Like, it's all on Etties. It's not. Could I have been a better teammate? Probably, yeah. I legit couldn't play my main role and was forced onto tank because we had 3 support players and 2 duelists. I wasn't comfortable playing those characters too, but I knew that's what I had to give us a shot at winning. It could have been a wrong call, which is why I asked Faux to help us, because I was at a loss with what to do with our team and our hero pools. But I left feeling confident and tried my absolute hardest. If you feel the same, then fine, it is what it is. I think you tried your hardest, and so did I. At the end of the day, it was a creator World Cup, so I accepted assuming it would be like the others I played it, and won, he adds in brackets. It was so short notice with 0 organization. I don't appreciate how you spoke to me while knowing this. You're telling me Warren is a pretty good hit scan player in Overwatch and none of those skills transfer over to rivals? That's kind of sad, since I constantly hear from content creators that Overwatch is a harder game. Best hit scan characters and abilities in rivals. Okay, I'm done. So it's Nammer and Squirrel Girl. Really? Oh, sarcasm. So that's not true. I really feel bad for Mori. Who did he play on Overwatch? Like, that's hitscan. McCree? Okay, but then okay, so after that, I was there for like 5 seconds, so everyone hating on Aramori. Maybe I'm missing context, but Kinsman made a whole video calling people out and everyone was cheering him on. Aramori is replying someone who played badly in a 300k tournament, suddenly it's toxic. Yeah, like I said, initially, people were mostly against Aramori and siding with Warren, but today this really switched up, especially since the other teammates started speaking up. Like Surefour, who I don't know if he still is pro, but he used to be a really respectable player in Overwatch back then. He was good. He was a big streamer. No, I didn't even know there was Yahoo fix of McCree, isn't there? So this is Surefour. He says, you know, I wasn't going to say anything, but randomly flaming 2 people that didn't say anything negative to you the entire time. Let's be real. He only refused to play hitscan in rivals because he didn't want to get ego checked and look bad if he played bad. Rank 1 Ash. Yeah, Surefour was on their team. Yeah, that's why I said the other teammates are now speaking up. Surefour was on the team. He says he wasn't going to say anything. But now he's mad because he saw this clip of Warren, and Warren is blaming like Fan and Doki Bird, who said nothing negative to him. So now all the other teammates are like jumping in to say their piece. And he says some other stuff. They like argue back and forth. Did he reactivate his account? Okay, then Warren responds to him saying, okay, it was wrong to throw everyone under the bus, but I've done well with my limited hero pool in previous tournaments and felt it was a good angle. It clearly wasn't. Had nothing to do with ego checking. You were on the same hit scans everyone was telling me to play, hella, etc. Surfer responds, well, you have to realize the precedent set by you being a hit scan player in Overwatch. The skills are transferable. It would make more sense if you also played a lot of Junkrat and Overwatch, but you don't. I think that's the main problem you fail to understand. I think some Marvel Rivals player in chat can explain to us, or can give their opinion on whether or not they think the skills are transferable, or why. I guess they're comparing Junkrat to Squirrel Girl, because maybe they play similarly? Then Warren says, yeah, fair. However, I took an angle on Punisher and was quickly reminded that it doesn't play like Overwatch. You have to hug your team and play for support ults. Aiming is transferable, but all other game sense gets thrown out the window, dude. Yes, but you also never tried Hela or Phoenix, both hit-scan characters that excel at off angles with safe options. So I think the game sense argument hold. I'm not going to get into semantics here. Like I said, the main problem was the precedents already set beforehand. Warren says, sure, I don't want you to think my hero selection was for the sake of protecting my ego in Marvel Rivals of all games. That's a silly argument. And I also played Phoenix, although very briefly. I tried Punisher and Phoenix, so it just doesn't hold. You were on Hela. You know it's bad when the code's telling you why you're wrong. And then... Fan also responded. Also on that Surefour tweet, saying, I'm breaking my Twitter abstinence just to agree with you, lol. I sent him this nice-ass message after Attorney and Doki Bird also said on stream that he didn't deserve hate. And this is what we get in return for trying to be nice and understanding. Rival grin. He says, hi, re-downloaded Twitters to message you since you're not accepting friend requests. Don't feel bad, Lamar, just a fuck-ass creator tournament. I've played in plenty where I was in the clear sandbag by a mile. Well, I was a clear sandbag by a mile. It would make no sense to expect someone to play above their skill level. Legit just shitty balancing on Nettie's part, not gonna lie, to put you against literal one above all DPS player. The games were torture and suffering for all of us, but at least we experienced it together. Just wanted to send you a GG's despite our horrendous game. I'm sorry if I don't respond. I fucking hate Twitter and don't use it anymore, so I will delete it now. Ludwig. I'm seeing Ludwig here saying I'm team fan. So fan and Doki Bird actually defended him. And this guy just threw them all under the bus. First chance he got. Yeah, fan seems like a good person. Jay also went off on him in a clip.
If you get invited to a tournament and you don't try your hardest, especially when there's money on the line, why would you even fucking play? Like, why? Now, be honest with me. Why would you play? Because, oh, if you just show up and lose, you get like $2,000 still. Like, bro, that's what a shitty ass mentality, in my opinion.
Yeah, that clip is old. They're not, I'm not necessarily putting them in chronological order.
Like, if you show up to a tournament just to collect whatever you get last place on, I think that's a horrible mentality. There are 6 people on the team, 5 including yourself, right? You are telling me you are willing to be very selfish to load up into a game, a tournament that you don't even want to play, just to collect the money? Like, you're fucking over 5 other people who probably need the money to pay bills and shit, but you don't really care. Like, that's a problem to me. And that's where my opinion is. I think that's just fucked up. If you don't really care, if you don't want to put the time into the game, if you don't really want to practice, give the fucking spot to...
He was gonna say give the fucking spot to somebody else. Jason, hit stun means that it deals damage the moment you click press the trigger. Doesn't take into account the distance to the target. Oh. I see, I see. Well, the problem with these stories is that they're trying to mix creators and pros together. And, like, obviously there's gonna be massive gaps in stream levels. Like, they need to... I think they need to take people of each rank, assign a number of points to each rank, and for the very high rank people, 500, it needs to be even more precise, and then try to make teams that are like balanced around the total points that each team is worth or something. But it's like, if there's one pro player, the other team needs to have one pro player. If there's a plat, the other team needs to have a plat, etc. Like, he's right, if only he wasn't bald. Oh, he's tweeted more? It's so doxing, it's clear he doesn't actually care about the misogyny he's fueled. It generally is so egotistical and tone deaf. He's out there spreading hate to 2 female creators and can't even muster a proper apology. Instead, he just apologizes for the escalation. Bro. I'd like to apologize to Aramori, Doki, and FanFan for any escalation that clip may have caused. It wasn't my intention. I hope you guys can find some peace in knowing that. Wishing the Rivals community better tournaments ahead with no drama there will be. Lastly, please don't be surprised if I block any of you across platforms. I'm not a rival streamers and don't really care for your harassment, just flicking it away. My community has no interest in pursuing this pointless drama and neither do I. Like, yeah, because you're losing now in this drama. If you were winning, you'd be like you'd be running victory laps. What started as me getting invited to a tournament was absolutely not prepared for. Became so much larger and everyone involved deserved better. Rather than criticizing NetEase, everyone dogpiled on me. I defended myself and did a sloppy job. Happens, but I'm not perfect. He defended himself by attacking other people? How does that work? Let's set something straight. That out of context clip has nothing to do with them being women and they're all incredible players. I was using that argument to prove myself and XQC could hang with them despite our lack of playtime. Sorry for fueling the wrong crowd. Fuck incels. Lastly, please don't be surprised if I block any of you across platforms. I'm not a... Oh, I've already read this. These two. This one's new. Okay. Respect for apologizing, but yeah, maybe it's best to stick to other things. And I will be. I think the Rivals community has proven enough how rude and toxic it can really be over the past few days. I want nothing to do with it moving forward in these tournaments. You're all safe from my squirrel girl. The apology is needed. That crowd should be shamed, but it's not out of context. Ignoring the idea of misogyny being applied, it was subtly blaming everyone but X and implied you're better. He also never blamed Surefor. You explicitly said none of my team, and I don't know if the problem was us. He said, Warren says, we just won that previous tournament with 3 other women on our team. There was no implication of misogyny, even one. This is not who I am, nor what I believe in, and I do not condone any behavior supporting that. Alright, well, at least he clarified that, but he went private. Yeah, he just picked every chick on the team and said they were private. I mean, I've seen a lot of discussion because, again, as I said, initially, the public was siding with Warren. Until, like, a lot of people were pointing out in, like, on Twitter and on Reddit, they're like, hold up, but he pulled a Zaza. Like, he basically did the same thing Zaza did. So, why are people not upset at him? Is it just because Zaza is a woman? That's why the topic of misogyny is being brought here. It's not out of context. It's because, again, he got a lot of defenders and people are like, they don't understand why Zaza got shit on and not him. Like, they understand why Zaza got shit on, but they don't understand why he's not getting the same treatment. He, like, threw everything. But also, like, they both messaged him. They were both very classy with him. They were very nice to him. That demi drama is gonna haunt us forever. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of memes. The Warn meme again. Oh no, yeah, it's a bunch of the stuff that I prepared are like, fuck now. Can't believe XQC and Doki were on the same team and the drama wasn't even between them this time. Why is Team Canada always like this? Team Canada is actually cursed. There's another captain that waited in. As a captain for one of the teams in a tournament, listening to this generally infuriates me. How annoying to have one of your players just outright refuse to listen and constantly bitch and moan about the hero they're assigned to play when you're trying to come up with a team comm. I'm so glad my team doesn't have this issue. It's not even like we expect our players to put up some insane performance. Just listen to the people who play the game and try your best to win. There's 300k on the line, for fuck's sake. You're supposed to put in some efforts. The strongest thrower of the day, Warren, versus the strongest thrower in Marvel Rivals history, Zaza Stacks. The JJK. The strongest sorceress in history versus the strongest sorceress of today. XD. I love Souls games, but I suck at them. Thanks, Warren. You showed me the community is at fault, not my lack of skill. Yeah. Oh yeah, XQC, hold up. Zaza was far worse. Zaza was pretty awful, but I don't think we need to pick. I don't think her being worse makes what he's doing, like, just be brushed away. Like, it doesn't work like that. They can both have they can both make mistakes. Oh yeah, there's more. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna play the clip. I'm not gonna play the clip of the XQC thing. Because they're spamming the N-word. Yeah, like, people are pointing out the double standards. Like, see, 2 million views. It's been a discussion that's been raised here. More memes. Oh, I already opened that meme. There's an AI song about the drama. Kind of a banger.
If you had an opportunity to play for 300,000, but your good vibes were on the line, what would you do? Got invited to play, so I took a spot. 5 minutes and they say, hey squirrel, can you swap? Took me off the queen, put me on a clanker. No squirrels allowed, my team just shanked her. Yeah, sure, he gives shields and damage, but I can't play him, I'm at a disadvantage. The man's a snooze fest, the man is boring. Why I gotta listen to this aura Mari? This might be diabolical, it might be selfish, but when I signed up, I had just one wish. I'm playing this out for now, but it's gonna get nefarious. After this, I'm switching to my squirrel, hilarious. I'ma say it straight, it's your final warning. I'm playing Squirrel Girl, Ultron's boring. 300k is on the line, who cares? I'm not switching up, say your prayers. You'll lose this tournament, say it's cause of me. But I'm playing for the vibe. Hey Zaza, are you proud of me? Overwatch the rivals, it ain't the same. Time for Squirrel's arrival, cause I don't play this game. Don't know what's wrong, why they blaming me. I pull up my socials, even J3 turned against me. They say I didn't try, didn't put in the time, but on the Squirrel is where I really shine. Why should I care who wins or loses? If I play Ultron, it's my team who chooses.
Bro, it rhymes too! This is kinda good!
Not today, cause it's the Warren show. Don't care if my team wants to make the dough. There's only one way we can achieve it. Let's win on the Squirrel team, believe it. I'ma say it straight, it's your final warning. I'm playing Squirrel Girl, Ultron's boring. 300K is on the line. Who cares? I'm not switching up, say your prayers. You'll lose this tournament, say it's cause of me. But I'm playing for the vibes. Hey Zaza, are you proud of me? I'll go back to my main game when this is through. I don't care what this means to you. My ego is more important than trying. Why should I play support? Cause my team is dying. I'll just throw my nuts, pull my stunts. Who cares what my team thinks? Already told them once. I'ma say straight, it's your final warning. I'm playing Squirrel Girl, Ultron's boring. 300K is on the line. Who cares? I'm not switching up, say your prayers. You'll lose this tournament.
It's kind of a banger.
It's 'cause of me, but I'm playing for the vibes. Hey Zaza, are you proud of me? I'ma say straight, it's your final warning. I'm playing Squirrel Girl, Ultron's boring. 300K is on the line. Who cares? I'm not switching up, say your prayers. You'll lose this tournament, say it's 'cause of me, but I'm playing for the vibes. Hey Zaza, are you proud of me?
Best AI song since Shock Shock My Dog, honestly. Some people are mad. They're like, oh, get the slop out of here. But most people are like, I mean, a lot of people are still, this is still based. This is the one time AI is, I'm cool with. I don't care if this is AI goes hard. Some people are pushing back. I think it's still, whatever, it's for a meme. It's for a meme, okay? It's a banger. Come on. So XQC leaked the Discord tournament and fans joined in to spam the N-word. I can't show that on stream, but that happened. This XQC tweet also did not age well. On June 11, he said, I sent you guys my mailing address if you guys want to send the trophy and the money in advance because I ain't no way we're losing to at Silky SNZ. But they got rolled. The final score 0-3. And he also released a YouTube video. Oh wait, where?
Yo.
He released like a highlight, right, of the Marvel Rivals Creator World Championship. That's called How XQC Dominated the Marvel Rivals Creator, and all the comments are saying got rolled, not a single round won. Don't you mean God dominated? I don't know why he doesn't just play the game for a week to remember everything but still complain when he loses. Classic. He's on the Europe arc. Enter every tourney possible. Don't practice in advance. Have a massive ego and complain when he loses every game. 3 hours of losing MP4. But his chat always makes fun of him. But that's not his chat, that's his clippers. His clippers clickbait the fuck out of him. Even the one that's like the quote-unquote official clipper of XQC, like he will make him look bad. He doesn't give a fuck. He just driving, they're just driving engagement. That AI song was so good. Holy shit. Bulgur also reacted to the drama. I don't know. A few people in members said they knew who he was. I guess he's a personality? Yeah, 90K followers. I don't know who he is. But he says the plot has been completely lost. This is really the clip that tipped everything over. Doesn't matter if there's a 300K prize pool. The tournament was not going to be taken seriously the moment you invite people outside of the rivals community that don't even play the game. NetEase knew this would be the outcome. That's why they didn't promote it. Zaza plays 40k tournament, mains Widow, and made into countless memes, and made Widow the symbol of throwing. Now Warren plays 300k tournament, main Squirrel, and everyone defends him. Well, not anymore. Not anymore. People are not defending him anymore. Burger Bash Tourney also plays with Doki. He bashed the tourney, he was like, it's bad. I remember him from something involving Doki. Yeah, Doki loves the game. He was Doki's teammate, but not in this tourney, was he? Yeah, he's not in there. Oh, Boger is the supreme Marvel Rival streamer. Oh, thank you. Boger, he's the one that posted the videos about their situation, how they won. Oh, with the last drama? Oh, it's a different tourney, okay. Okay, let me close some tabs. I think I went through everything unless something came out while I was live. Did they use a decade-old photo of X's banner? I have no clue. I feel like he does look like that. Oh, Boger Bash is the name of the tourney. He's doing a couple of Marvel Rivals now. Okay. All right. Let's talk about Shondo for a bit. Been a lot of talk about the Shondo situation. There is a that was on the 26th. Yeah, a few days ago, 2 days ago, Shondo added Vtuber Expo. Vtuber Expo is a UK Vtuber convention. Like all the European people kind of go there. And so she tweets at VExpo saying, could someone let me know if I should be advising Shondo Frenix to book tickets, travel, pay for hotels, etc. to attend the con to see me? After my appearance at VExpo last year, staff and CEO were extremely enthused about me attending this year and hosting events. Everyone was full of ideas and seemed incredibly enthusiastic to have me again this year. Yet my application months ago has been completely ghosted, and all staff I've contacted asking about an update have also not responded to my contact attempts. I found this extremely unusual for a convention, and especially given how involved and receptive VExpo was with me last year. A lot of fans had traveled extremely far to see me at VExpo last year, and I know plenty were planning to again. Flights, hotels, and travels need advance notice. I'd really like to know where I stand so I can advise fans if they should be attending and if it should be scheduling time out of my own schedule for the event. Thank you. Sincerely, the VTuber of the North, Shondo. And then she says, sorry to do this publicly, Shondo Frenix. I just don't really know how else to get an answer from them at this point, and people ask me if they should make plans to attend all of the time is making me a bit stressed for their sake. So, and then at this point she was like, I'm just not getting an answer, so I don't know if I'm in the con or not. After this tweet, VExpo responded to her saying, our team has gotten in touch with you via email. We would appreciate the opportunity to discuss this matter with you further at your earliest convenience. VExpo 2020-16. And she says, Thank you for getting back to me. I just checked my email. I don't see anything from you. Please confirm it was this email that was sent to. Thank you. UK Convention does invite one of the largest UK VTubers. That's basically what people are upset about. But hold on. And then later on, she responded, says, okay, they emailed me. I'm not invited. No reason, just not. Well, now we know, I guess. So all of this, they responded to her, and all of this just to tell her that she's not getting invited. The fuck? However, the silver lining is that Oshi Connect messaged her and said, check your emails. Looks like she's getting invited by Oshi Connect at the very least. So that's good. Now, the discussion is somewhat turning, though. People are starting to say, so Shando's not invited, but Sea-Dog VA is fine. What is this BS? What's wrong with Sea-Dog other than the Nothing Burger Blue Archive thing and defending Mouse for the Streamer Awards thing? Also nothing. Honestly, they've been after Sea-Dog ever since the Blue Archive thing. Maybe even before. I guess ever since he invited Hassan on Trash Days. Yeah, we would like to discuss with you that you are not invited is basically what they said. The Blue Archive thing, remember when he was sponsored along with other creators to do a Blue Archive sponsor, and a lot of Blue Archive fans criticized this sponsor choice, and then they dropped him. Yeah, so here, Talent Announcement, who let the dogs out. Sea-Dog VA. You guys inviting posers like this dude instead of actual VTubers is hilarious. Non-VTuber anime hating grifters get invited over the largest British VTubers. What a joke of a con. Invites a Welsh LARPer like Sea-Dog, but not a big UK VTuber like Shando. Make it make sense. What's the thing about Welsh people? It's racism, but... Okay, I'm gonna sound really ignorant here, but wait, what was Welsh? They're from Wales? Isn't that part of the UK? Like, aren't they all from the UK? I'm confused. Oh, England and Wales don't get on? Wales is UK, but they're not British? Oh yeah, England and Scotland don't get along. I know that from Macbeth. Oh, it's because, okay, they hate each other. Got it. UK is a nationality, not the ethnic group. Okay. So, anyway, I mean, on the Sea-Dog thing, I mean, Yeah, I guess it's gonna clash with some of Shondo's fan base, because I don't think he's super anti-lolly. I just think it's his thing. It's not his thing, I mean. And I think they invited him because they expect him to do stuff with Mousy. He's not like a complete random to the VTuber sphere, but I think some people are seeing him being invited to a VTuber con that's mostly supposed to be for VTubers as you know, norbies invading the hobby kind of thing. It's like weird nationalism. Well, what about, so it's like Canadians, it's like French Canadians wanted to separate themselves from the rest of Canada. I still think he's ultra cringe for how he acts over the lukewarm fan service anime figure. That was a bad take, yeah. But I feel like he was kind of playing it up. But I don't know. This one is kind of a short drama. I don't really have anything else to show you there, any other tweets. So I guess we can move on. People can just have, you know, leave their opinions in the chat or in their comments, because this is the only links I have. I don't have anything else. There's been some Google Docies, and I'm not gonna read the entire Google Docie on stream. I've read parts of it, and I'm just gonna highlight like the interesting parts. Oops. I need to just open it. Oh, fuck yeah. One sec. There's been so much Google Docies. Oh my god. Nope, that's not that one. Sorry, chat. All right. So sorry, you guys are still talking about the V Expo while I was doing this thing. I mean, I don't think it's his fault for Shondo not being invited. There could also be multiple reasons for her not to be invited. I think Offkai said that they cycled through creators. So even if they had a good experience with a creator last year, they might not re-invite them again next year just to have some changes in the roster. It could be that too. I don't know if the management has changed at all since then. I'm not. I don't know if there's been any change there or not. I was not able to confirm it. There's been some rumors, but nothing I can confirm. Thank you, Jaxis. Yeah, I disagree with you, Holland God. I think normies invading the space is not the biggest issue. It's that's happening right now, or I think there's several other factors that are contributing to the desecration of our space. And we got much bigger issues than normies invading our space right now. And actually, we need to like lock in and focus up on that instead. Yeah, I think the lack of yaoi content. I feel like Nuzagi probably addresses that in his video, so we can watch that later. But I think a lot of topics are being hijacked by accounts that are not from the VTuber communities, that do not watch VTubers, that do not have they just don't consume any VTuber content. They don't like any VTubers. Like, I think most topics are hijacked by these people. And they are becoming like huge topics and people are falling for it. Now, if Shondo fans are upset, that's legitimate because Shondo fans are Shondo fans. At least I know that they watch a VTuber. Okay. All right. This one, it's kind of a funny one. Well, it's not funny for the people involved, but it's kind of like, it's interesting. It's a crazy title. When people sent me this, there is apparently a 16 years old being extorted by another VTuber called Blossom. So I was like, what the hell is this? It all started from this tweet. Okay, where Blossom was like, my response to Darmachi and my experience with the Yes Precure 5 Let's Go fan project. She has this big Google Doc, 53 page, but then somebody in the replies puts this, putting this here since it seems someone mass reported Darmachi's account so both sides of the story are clear and not cherry picked. So apparently the Marshy is the 16-year-old VTuber. Well, person. I don't know if he's a VTuber. And apparently his account got mass reported, so he was suspended. And I read his document, and he is extremely special. But he's also 16 years old. And so his name is Darren. He says, I made this doc to highlight my awful experience with VTuber known as Blossom. He's the one that posted the document first, just to tell you. Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you guys everything. It's a wild ride. So this guy is making this project. It's called whatever this name is, Precure 5 Let's Go fan project. And he's like contacting these VTubers to see if any one of them would like to promote his project for him, and he's offering them money in exchange. So he's contacted this Blossom VTuber. She has a magical girl aesthetic that will fit to market his project. He's like, here's the link to the manga, link to the novel. And he's, discussing the pays, etc. And this is a Blossom here. After this, the communication moved to Discord. So in the Discord conversation, he sends her $100 to, promote the project. And then he messaged her a couple of times. But throughout his communication, he's not being super professional. There's a lot of grammatical mistakes. He's very special in the way he acts. Like there's a lot of, you know, emojis everywhere, lots of exclamation mark. He kind of spams her a little bit. He has severe autism and he tends to get overly excited. And as you guys will see, he like misreads a lot of the situations too, and becomes very emotional about some things. But so does she. So does she. Like both of them escalate this crazy, and I don't know why. Every page of his Google Doc has this wood saying "I hadn't" in the header. I think he made a mistake when he formatted this, but it's there on every single page. And then at one point she's like, I'll make you a form and to promote your project. And there's a lot of people that, you know, filled out the form. There's been a lot of interest. So he's like, okay, can you hand the form results to me and my team so we can go through it? And then she's like, what do you mean request to edit? This is a bit unclear for me. This form is for you to do what you want to. And 4, you can replicate the form of your team so you own it. I'm not handling the application at all because it's not my part of the job. He says, oh, you're not handling the application? She's like, for free? XD? He says, oh, lol, don't worry, it's okay. Oh my god, the post is blowing up. So what time are you going to post the form? She says, yeah, I said I'm happy to give a little advice and set up this for you for free, but you just said you have a team. And expecting me to filter through 50 plus submissions isn't inside the scope right now. I think it's better if your official account posts and I can repost and retweet it. So already there was like some misunderstanding and friction there. Then Blossom referred me to another VTuber named Suki. So he's like, he goes out and he reaches out to Suki. But then Suki's like, I'm an 18 plus content creator and I'm not comfortable dealing with a minor. Because he's 16. So he writes back to Blossom and he says, I know you will probably see this message on Monday or Tuesday, but I talked with them and they said that their content is only for 18 plus audiences. And honestly, I feel a bit saddened that you didn't tell me this, consider that you knew them already. I'm not blaming at all or anything, and I really appreciate you for referring me to her. You showed this much kindness to me to help my project succeed. I hope this doesn't affect our relationship and collaboration together. Now she gets offended because he said, I don't know, saying I sadden you while blaming me is very unprofessional. Other people's boundaries are not my fault. And then she shows like a message of herself talking to Suki about it. And Suki's like, well, I'd rather keep a minor safe, and regardless if they're able to promote us or not, I don't want to, you know, work with him. You said you aren't blaming me, but it is. So already she's on the fence. She feels like he's blaming her, and honestly, he probably shouldn't have worded this message that way. I feel a bit sad and she didn't told me this. She says, oh, I apologize for my wording. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. And she says, you've also quintupled messaged me since I said I was away, which is okay, but it's a bit overbearing. I'm coming home today and I'm honestly seeing a lot of red flags that are concerning me. Oh, sorry, my toggle does a lot. I don't know why. Yeah, my stick carrot breaks. Then he like apologized for her. Dear Blossom, I'd like to formally apologize for how I've been acting and treating our relationship together. I've acted completely unprofessional. And I should have waited for you until you have gotten back to your home to start sending you message. The reason I did that is because I was excited to work with you, but that's completely unacceptable excuse for how I've spoken and treated you. I'm very grateful for working with you, yada yada. He even gave Blossom a gift to show my gratitude for working with me. She accepted it, but refunded me and rescinded the partnership. So she refunds him the $100 payment. And she's like, I'm not going to be working with you. The messages are unprofessional. You know, they're full of grammatical errors. There's a lot of smileys, some hey. And then she's kind of like schooling him. She's like, you expected me to take a management role for your application after making you a form for free. You already apologized, which is fine. but it shows me you have no sense of structure for this project, which would worry a client. You blame me and said you weren't blaming me for a potential partnership failing because you are a minor. I've been informed that you name dropped me in Suki's comment section. This is highly unprofessional and you should never do this without permission. Please do not mention me again for getting someone's attention. That's also, I mean, he's basically going about it in all the wrong ways because one, he's a kid, and two, I suppose he's autistic, as he says, and he just doesn't have a lot of social tact, and all of this is off-putting her. And then his website says things like, you got no bitches, and not to message you about old drama, but this doesn't look good for me when I refer people to you. Yeah, this keep in mind that I didn't know I needed Blossom permission to mention her name in Suki's. I don't know why she needed to mention my straw page. She calls it his website, but apparently it's his straw page, which is kind of like a marshmallow where people can send you anonymous questions. And not to message me about old drama, just me setting my boundaries. But so she has an issue with him saying that on his straw page because somebody sees this, you're like, wait a minute, but what old drama have you been involved with? You know, are you running away from some old drama? After that, I told her I was sorry and I felt really sad and sorry for what I had done. She would then make a post about not doing the project anymore due to it not aligning with her values. And this is where things start really derailing. So she says she rescinded her sponsorship for the Pretty Cure fan project after concerns for the project direction, which no longer aligns with my values. And now he starts kind of freaking out. Because he's like, can you please fix the tweet? Can you also add that people make mistakes? And while you don't want to work with me anymore, I'm still kind of a human being who just made a mistake and will improve in the future. I don't want people to get the bad impression that I did something horrible to you when all I did was a few unprofessional mistakes. So she's like, no, Darren, you read the text too emotionally. And she's not wrong. He does react very emotionally to everything. But it also, I mean, I'm reading this. Like, we just saw this with Sock's agency dropping out of the con. You see somebody, like, dropping out of a sponsorship, saying it doesn't align with your values, you're gonna think something's up with that company. So he says, you're making it sound like the project is doing something horribly wrong. And also I saw your reply on the Precure post. Was it really necessary to offer DMs? What are you going to even tell them? I assume she offered to DM some people. SBA dropped out of a con? It was on key. It was a few weeks ago. And she says, it's necessary for me to, you know, tell my followers about a partnership I'm no longer interested in. It's my responsibility to tell anyone who wants to know me why I left the project because they came from me. I could have publicly told everyone what you did to me, but I've kept it private because you're a kid whose feelings get hurt easily even when professional wording is used. No longer aligns with my values is the professional and polite way in the industry to say there were things we didn't agree on. Blossom, I'm going to tell you this right now. Please delete it. I made a mistake and I apologize for it, but this is absolutely disgusting behavior from you to say this to me. You're basically insulting me for a mistake that I did, and the part where I get hurt by professional words is simply not true and pretty cruel from you. Listen, I'm not a perfect human being, and of course I'm going to do mistakes, but to say those words to me is despicable. So here he's like clearly overreacting. But I mean, he's clearly overreacting. She's being very strict to him, but at the same time, she keeps like responding to him. And at this point, like, you guys are not working together anymore. Just stop responding. Yeah, this guy has zero respect for boundaries. She says, you're joking, right? He's like, excuse me? She's like, Darren, rethink this through and talk with your friends. Come back in 24 hours, and if this is still your thoughts, we're done, and I'm going public with my response. Then he starts like begging her, please, I don't want to start any drama because of this. And then she starts pressuring him and saying that she's going to go public with this. She's going to go public with this. And he starts freaking out. She's like, last chance, you have no idea what you're saying or how this will affect your project. I've given you benefit of the doubt because you don't know what you're saying. Do you agree or not to calm down and collect your thoughts and come back in 24 hours? She's like, all right, fine, I will back down and stop. Don't send me a single message until Tuesday, blah, blah, blah. Then we can talk after that. She says yes. After 24 hours, I messaged her saying that she was right and I'm sorry for what I said to her. And I thought that she was just going to say okay and just block me or leave me alone. That at the same time, he says he's mourning the loss of a family member. I don't like that she's threatening to go public instead of just blocking him and moving on. Yeah, exactly. She says, I have nothing to say and you haven't said anything since the time has elapsed. Is there nothing to say? I will be going. She says, I'm sorry, I was nervous to talk to you. I mean, you're doing business with a kid. What did you expect? He's acting like a kid. Sure, he's acting a bit weird, as I said before. This guy has no concept of, you know, social property, social propriety at all, but at the end of the day, like, he's just a kid and she's being way too hard on him and she's kind of giving me Karen vibes. She says, fine, Blossom, I was wrong for what I said. I'm an unprofessional kid, you're right about everything, I admit it. I don't want to start any drama with you. I had to deal with the loss of a family member who died, so yeah, I don't need more stress in my life. I'm sorry for everything. And then she's like, why did you call me cruel, disgusting, and despicable? Still think that's true? And then he's like, no, it's not. I was just being ignorant and foolish. I didn't mean those things to you, and I'm sorry for saying that to you. I don't know you. I don't owe you anything, and I went out of my way to do nice things for you, and you questioned everything, and I insulted me after I patiently explained how adults see things. She's being kind of like super condescending to him. He says, I don't understand why you want an apology from him when you're cornering him like that, and anything he says at this point is not going to be authentic anyway. I don't know, Blossom. I don't know what you want me to say other than I'm sorry for hurting you and breaking your trust. I was able to go back in time, then I would change my behavior. And then she's like, here's my last tip for free that even adults don't understand. I literally have a post on it on Twitter, so I'm not joking. Whenever you're issuing an apology to anyone, follow the steps on Google Images, and I don't want to go through it now, just for the future. So she sends him like some apology roadmap. She pulled the adult card, yeah. She's just going way too far. Oh wait, there's more. He's like, thanks for letting me know that, much appreciated. She says, you have really hurt my feelings and ruined what little faith and trust I had in you to stay mutuals and give you access to talking to me. This is irreparable, even after your apology, and I'm still considering publicizing what happened because you have contacted heaps of my mutuals. Blossom, if I wrote you a good apology, you promise not to share this with the public, please? She says, no. Are you saying your apology was not the best of your ability? He says, no, I'm not saying that. She says, your words don't really mean anything to me right now. All I care about are followers that you poached from my post since you insulted me. And oh my god, he's so stupid here. Okay, I forgot about this part. So, I also like to mention that I only told 2 of her mutuals about this because one of them asked me about it and I wanted to be honest with another one, so I told them the partnership won't work as seen here. So, this is an email exchange with somebody he was discussing about the collab, and then this person is like, I'd need more information on the project before saying yes, and then he responds this. Oh my god. Hello. If you're still on defense about it, then I feel like we shouldn't work together. I don't want to make a mistake in front of you and then you get upset and threaten to release the info in public because that's currently happening with me and another VTuber right now. And while it's not the worst thing, I still feel scared and hurt by it. Like, why would you say that? Why would you admit that to somebody completely unrelated? Oh no, dude, Darren. I'm a kid with autism and I have difficulty being a bit professional sometimes, so I think this might be a bit hard for us to work together after what happened with the VTuber. Thanks for responding, sincerely. He's self-reported. Yeah, he's crashing into a stranger. Oh, Darren, no. Then the other VTuber responds saying, would you be able to say why the collaboration between the two of you ended? Like, obviously you read that, you're like, holy shit, something horrible must have happened. I just saw the recent social media post about it and I'm curious as to why things has fallen through. He says, would it be fine if I talk to you over Discord if you do have one? He is way too earnest. Yeah, this is just a teenager fighting with a child. I don't know. Alright, so basically what happened was I kind of acted a bit unprofessional with Blossom and she didn't really like it. Now, I didn't say anything seriously wrong or did anything bad. I just said something stupid that I should have said, and yeah. I'm actually crying right now because I'm so ashamed and upset with myself for being unprofessional and foolish around her. So yeah, I'm looking for another VTuber to promote my project if you're up to it. Yeah, 16 years old and you already have to write Google Dokies. Then he says, if I told your followers what I did and saw my fault and they should block me for what I did, will you forgive me? Blossom says, I was happy for you to contact them before you started slinging names at me. Bro, he just said you were cruel. Like, chill. I'm trying my best not to upset you right now. I don't trust you to tell the truth properly or professionally. That's completely understandable, Blossom, and I don't blame you. I've seriously broken your trust and I completely deserve your anger at me. That could work though, but I can't really trust that you actually do message every single person you already messaged. He says, Blossom, I literally will record myself telling your followers the truth to them if it makes you have some sense of trust in me. I don't wish to cause your reputation and your dignity any harm. She says, my reputation and dignity is fine. Yours is the one on the line. I'm like, sheesh. This is crazy. And then he says, what she just said really worried me. I was trying to do everything to not make her upset. He does sound really desperate in these messages and posts about this, but she didn't really want to listen to me. Then she asked me this. If you write a standardized letter that I approve, post it as a status to Darmachi and send the link to everyone, I'll probably believe you and ask for nothing more. What's a standardized letter? She says, just an apology statement saying what you did. He says, okay. It's you to your 1.4k followers or me to my 18.8k followers, and I've never mentioned your name before, so it's up to you. So he's like, all right, I'll write this apology. And he needs to basically publicly shame himself for the mistakes he's made. But he agrees. Okay? She says, cool, you don't have to include my name. Just call me Client A. Please include the following. Client A tried to help you as the project lacked structure and even organize an application form free. You expected them to manage it for free, which was wrong. Your client brought you opportunities for specialized groups and agencies, but when turned down for your age, you blame Client A for not knowing. He's talking about that Suki VTuber who didn't know, whom she didn't know was doing only 18+ content. When Client A parted ways because of this and made a statement about it anonymously, you insulted them and called them names. He says, okay, I will do that. Please send me a draft before uploading. And if I do all of this perfectly, will you not post anything about this and we just go our separate ways, never to see each other again? She said, yep, unless you hurt one of my mutuals or followers, of course. I won't do that, I promise. I mean, it sorta is blackmail. Is this not just straight up blackmail? I guess that's why people are calling this extortion. And of course, if any of your friends try to harass me, not saying this is harassment, but I'm seeing the sarcasm. Because one of his mutuals saw one of her posts and quote tweeted this. So she sent him that tweet. And she's like, somebody's criticizing me, somebody that's one of your mutuals. And I'm not saying that this is harassment, but if any of your friends try to harass me, I'll go public with this. And then he says, I did not talk to her about this, I swear. You do know that you and me used to mutuals, and I'm mutuals with that person. They get your post too. That's it. And he says, I was really uncomfortable with this. Before even confirming it was me, she tried to put the blame on me. I never wanted my mutuals to go public about this. Now, I did not tell my mutuals to go and say that to her. She just found her account of her own accord and decided to reply. I didn't have a say in that. It's okay for now. I'm letting you know if any of your friends harass me, it breaks our condition too. This person clearly dug through my posts, May, to comment this. I'm saying it's fishy to do that, so giving you a heads up. He says, okay, I wrote up a draft. So he wrote up a draft of the second apology. It says, hello, my name is Darren. This is my apology to client A. I've been thinking about this whole situation. I realized that I made a big mistake in doing the things that I did. Client A tried to help me with the project, but it lacked structure, and they even organized an application form for free, and I expected them to manage it for free, which was wrong from my side. I acknowledge that I was acting unprofessionally, and I know what I did was bad, but at that moment I was nervous and anxious, and while it's not a justification for what I did, it's just an explanation for what happened. Client A brought me opportunities, but when they turned me down for my age, I blamed Client A for it. I deeply apologize for the initial problem. I didn't understand how important it was, and I will make sure to use this as learning experience. It's really hard for me to understand this, but now that I do, I want to make sure it doesn't happen again. When Client A parted ways because of this and made a statement about it anonymously, I insulted them and called them names. I deeply regret ever doing that, and I will never do that again. I would also like to apologize for the incident with Client A mutuals. There's no excuse for what I did, and it was out of place, and I completely understand why Client A is angry at me. But then Blossom sent him her notes. So she sends him all the changes. Change the first line to, hello, my name is Darren. This is my public apology to Client A, who I wronged during a sponsorship collab but wants to remain anonymous. Capitalize all of Client A's. Change to, Client A tried to help me as my project lacks structure, such as creating partner application form. Client A brought me partnership opportunities. Capitalize Client A when mentioned that sentence at the end. Change it to professional statement about leaving the sponsorship anonymously. Change is angry at me to revoke the sponsorship. Remove this line. I will understand if Client A doesn't accept my apology, and I won't blame them for it either. This confused me because isn't Client A automatically anonymous? And the parts where she tells me to remove the last line at the end really confused me because she didn't accept my first apology before, even though she accepted it and said that I meant everything that I said. I wanted to ask her a question about this, but she said this instead. Actually, Blossom is reviewing it like some college paper. Like, I feel like he's going through some humiliation ritual. She says, hi, Blossom, sorry I was outside. I have a few questions about this if you don't mind. She says, actually, I do mind. I used to have the patience to explain everything to you, but I no longer wish to talk to you after you disrespectful my action. What could you possibly be asking me, knowing I want to make this public? Think before you speak. Then he's like, the last sentence made completely no sense to me, because if you do not wish to talk to me anymore, why didn't you drop the conversation with me when you found out that I'm 16? And then he posts some screenshot of their first few talks where she was like, we can collab, but keep in mind that my streams are usually 18 plus, but I can host a PG or viewer discretion advice kind of stream for this collab. Then he apologizes again if he sounded rude. He says he has trouble understanding some things, and sometimes I have a hard time understanding things since I'm still young. I know it's not an excuse, but I ask that you keep in mind that when I ask questions, they're not done with bad intent, but rather a way to try and understand everything clearly. And she says, sure, but the thing you need to understand is that I don't want to talk to you and explain the rationale anymore. You'll have to ask someone else. Have you moved forward with any clients from my post and already paid them? And I guess the part about a client is me emailing a bunch of VTubers about promoting the project, but since Blossom is literally threatening me with exposing me, I've decided not to go forward with them. I'm only going forward with one person, though, as I said here. He says, I'll be moving forward with one of them. I haven't paid them yet due to personal circumstance, but they will be paid soon. As long as you inform them before you pay them, they can still move ahead with you. So she's giving him the green light to go ahead and partner with one person who responded to the post that she publicized for him. You know what's the real worst sin? This much ego? It's crazy. Yeah, he stole her followers' attention when she promoted this thing once. Yeah, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Refuses to use the block button. If you have a question that isn't about clarifying why I asked for a change, you can ask it. If it's to explain something I wrote, I won't be answering it. So he's like, okay, all right. And then he says he hasn't been editing the second apology because he's dealing with the loss of a family member. But she starts pressuring him. Is there an ETA of when you will post it? I thought I outlined it, but I was supposed to say the post has to be a text post or a text post with a screenshot of the rest of the letter, as documents can be edited in the future. Yeah, no matter how you spin it, this is a grown woman bullying a child. It's sad that there are people like this. Exactly, and you know, she makes this whole ass response, but clearly we see the way she's talking with him there. There's been a lot of miscommunication. I understand that she felt insulted in some of the communication. He didn't act properly at all. But he's a child. Just first of all, don't do business with children. Of course he's going to be unprofessional. Of course he's going to be immature. You're not his mom. You don't know him. Just stop answering. So she's like, no estimate at all, like another day or two. I told you if you don't post it, I will be. He says, Blossom, I'd like to remind you that I'm still dealing with the loss of a family member and my mental state has been deteriorating because of it, so I haven't been able to work on it properly. I apologize for the delay. And she says, your mistakes don't wait for you. The apology has been 98% written. All you have to do is add those changes and post. I don't want to drag this out longer. You have 48 hours to post it. 2 days from now, or I will. She's so much, man. She's way too much. Over a Procure fan project. By the way, if the changes are not similar or the same as expected, I will be correcting or posting publicly as well. But then he says, this really alarmed me and worried me so much I didn't even sleep. But then she, I guess, changed her mind and she decided to apologize to him. She says, hi there, I'm sorry for speaking quite bluntly with you recently. Well, it's true I've been frustrated with you and didn't want to explain anything to you and give you my time anymore. I've realized it may feel humiliating for you to publicly post an apology. Good lord, it took a while to get there. This was suggested out of frustration because you wronged me and I wanted to make everyone you contacted because of my post aware of how unprofessional you can be. But it might affect your branding in the future. As you saw from my previous message, I think you have a great idea and commitment to your fan project. It's just a shame we had so many problems. I was wondering if instead of you posting your apology, may I please post making a warning about the project? But like, if you're making a warning about the project, you realize you're ruining his project, right? But because you have contacted so many people, I will have to name drop the project and mention it wasn't professional and that you are a minor, but I won't go into specifics of your name calling me and asking me for favors. I still would like to tell you to tell the people who you contacted from my post that are thinking of going through with the deal, linking them to my post. What did you think? Take your time. You can read the statement before I post it and ask questions as to why certain wording I use, but if you lash out at me, obviously I won't be answering further. Also, the nerve to tell me not to lash out when you literally threatened me and made me feel like a horrible person is completely... The sentence doesn't even end. He can't even type the Google Doc properly, but I feel bad for him at this point. Yeah, after making him type all that stuff, she just now realized it may have been too much. She's being way too extra about all of this. It's crazy. She locked replies, I guess? I've always had a sneaking suspicion that you'd be a rancid person. Really, that you pivoted from being this benevolent savant to blackmailing a minor. You were never a savant to begin with. Just a half-rate VTuber with a complex or two. I hope this is a learning experience for you. This is in his just... He was just a kid excited about a project. I don't think there was any real reason to belittle, manipulate, blackmail, and threaten this poor kid because he messaged you more than once. Because you personally thought he was being unprofessional. I'm sorry, but this was really horrible of you to do. I hope you realize this. He deserves a real apology. Do better than this, Blossom. Yeah, demanding a public apology from him is crazy. And then sending a few changes to his apology. Girl, are we for real right now? And they're showing, like, your mistakes don't wait for you. He's dealing with the death of a family member. That's, like, the hardest thing you can go through. I understand that you felt frustrated, especially after he, in my opinion, did overreact regarding your public announcement and parting way. And asking you to edit the post in the way he suggested was a little excessive. However, I do agree that the way you gave the reason for parting ways in that announcement made it sound like there was some ethical or political, etc. value that you didn't align with. Exactly, that's what I said. So I do see how he felt concerned for the way that could affect the project's image and success. Yes, he wasn't being professional, and you are in your right to cancel the partnership if you weren't comfortable with that kind of attitude and behavior, but you continuously entertained him, as you put it, while brutally chastising a kid for all of these unprofessional characteristics. I can respect that you had intentions to mentor him, but ultimately you gave him hope, then shot him down in an excessively cruel manner. He messaged you 5 times, that is not that much. And in no way did he insinuate you had to reply to him quickly. He emailed you 3 times back to back. Okay, emails are also meant to be instantly read and are also not meant to be instantly read and replied to. You're free to respond whenever you're able. When he was saddened by your failed referral, I didn't think he was in the wrong for blaming you. Perhaps the team is responsible for vetting potential partners, yes. But as the main referrer in this scenario, you did mess up by failing to realize you referred to a non-minor friendly creator. And him expressing disappointment upon being rejected for that reason is very understandable. If you had more empathy in this situation, you would understand and apologize for your mistakes. My heart breaks seeing his desperation and fear immediately apologizing to you so intensely. It felt like a hostage situation. It felt like he was negotiating as a hostage for some of these text exchange. Regarding the straw page, it's valid to be concerned for its unprofessional image, but how come you yourself didn't see that and decide that's too unprofessional for you to partner with in the first place? In my opinion, him reaching out to people who previously responded with the interest through your post is reasonable. It doesn't really break your terms of no longer promoting him. Because these people already put themselves out there for him to contact. Him name dropping you was clearly an accidental overstep on his part, and he didn't realize there were negative implications, and you vastly overpunished him. Pressuring him into writing an apology letter for simple misunderstanding or miscommunication and asking for specific changes to be made. Threatening him with your following, backing him into a corner with a time limit, is actually very disturbing, cruel behavior and not at all professional, despite belittling him for his own lack of professionalism. I appreciate you realizing you were in the wrong, but I honestly think there is more wrong in here than just that. As someone who has looked up to you for a long time, truly hope that this reply, along with many others, helps you reflect. Bro, this person is so... No, they're totally right. I agree with this person. Oh, Bo Sheep commented on this. Oh, she says, not sure if you will read this, but I'd like you to know that if it were one of my autistic teenagers that you interacted with this way, you would be dealing with much more than an internet cancellation. You'd be dealing with my lawyer. What I saw made my blood boil. Triggered mama bear, and this child isn't even mine. I don't care how many followers you have or how nice you were in the beginning. I'm not sure why you agreed to take money from a minor for an internet project to begin with, but acting victimized because they didn't function as a professional adult is mind-boggling to me. Threatening them if you're following and they didn't apologize fast enough on their Twitter is morally obscene. I'm not one to hop onto the cancellation train, but this crossed the line for me. I sincerely hope you reflect on how you, the adult, engage in the situation and learn from it. For Darren, if you see this and still need help promoting your project, let me know. I'll do it free of charge. Why did this Google Doki go out? He actually released the Google Doki first, from my understanding, and then she responded. Her response is like way too fucking long, man. 53 pages. The thing is, I know he didn't lie. Because this dude, he has no understanding of how he comes across. So I know he is way too honest. You guys saw how he emailed that VTuber and told him, oh yeah, I mean, there's like this other VTuber is threatening me and I'm making all these mistakes. I don't want this to happen to you. So he was earnest all the way. Autism makes it hard to lie, not gonna lie. Oh, really? Darren has not included screenshots of him messaging me multiple times. Like, I skimmed through it and it's like mostly things like that. Like he didn't include all of the screenshots of him messaging her multiple times during the day and things like that. But ultimately, for me, it didn't feel like it changed the verdict or the way she acted with him. Let me just close the door because it's getting really cold. Honestly, it felt very disturbing reading some of these exchange at one point. And most of the document is spent, you know, clarifying like the misunderstanding parts. Management role. I was worried about the structure of the project and people taking advantage of Darren, as well as him not understanding rates. Darren also asked me if I knew any other VTubers. I was worried that some kid had thousands of dollars to give away, not know who to give it to and what to expect of them. I wanted to at least lead Darren to having a partnership Google form to better understand the potential partners and then help him with a free exposure post to garner interest. I thought a certain VTuber group would be perfect for promoting Precure fan work. Obviously, things took a turn for the worse. I'm not sure why Darren says I twisted his words. Here are his words. I don't think she understands like autism. Yeah, she can't argue everything's been taken out of context. But see, it's all arguments like that. Like I don't understand why he says it twisted his words. Obviously, you and him were talking past each other the entire time. Like we all know this. We know this already. I don't need a Google log to know that. He's like misreading everything. She's misreading everything he's saying. I want to know what she says about the apology stuff, though. It happened thing of middle last year. Kind of rude, honestly. Kind of rude, honestly. Is this at me or no? Elon Musk for taking away hashtag discoverability. But yeah, I really like the form, so I say you can post. See, she's very on edge. Kind of rude, honestly. Is this at me? Oh no, sorry, that's him. Yeah, they're both very on edge. Like, there's so much friction from the get-go. It's okay, I'm a lot older with experience. I think you may have to disclose that you're a minor somewhere. It was easy for me to spot, but are you comfortable with me mentioning it on the forum? I would find it weird to mention my age on the forum. So no, if that's okay with you, but once the content creator talk to me, I'll tell them my age immediately if that's okay with you. Sure, I won't mention it. I even gave Blossom a gift to show my gratitude. False, I never accepted the gift. I refunded money sent to my PayPal straight after this. I would never try to have to accept a gift. Keep in mind, I didn't know I needed Blossom permission to mention her name. My reply, this situation highlights our difference in expectation or professionalism. It's not typical for someone to name drop their client to vet other clients publicly, especially without even entering a formal deal. That's his straw page. I don't think a straw page is meant to be professional. What Darren claims will leave a bad impression that he did something wrong. So these are the two posts. Well, we saw this one. Sorry to all no longer supporting the project. Feel free to DM if you need to. But this is kind of what he said in this is I understood all of that from his doc. This is this document is bloated for absolutely no reason. She's given a transcript of conversation we've already seen. Darren tried to message me before the elapsed time. 8 hours later, he has deleted the messages since then. To clarify, and I made it clear that the how to apologize was a genuine strategy. I also mentioned it could be used for future apologies. I needed the people you pitched your sponsorship to know what happened, and you were desperate to not make this public. I feel like I couldn't post about it by name without your approval because of your begging. I couldn't block you and move on without knowing they knew about why I ended things. If they, I don't understand, like, why can't it just be he's a kid and it became too complicated to deal with him because he's just not professional, and that's it. Why does it have to be such a big deal that you have to go public about it? She already went public saying that she doesn't support the project. Shouldn't it be the end of it? But you see, the verbosity creates the illusion of professionalism. You reached out to 10 plus people for my promotional post after I already rescinded the sponsorship when we were leaving on good terms. I left the post up because I thought I could still help you find people who were interested. However, since I already rescinded the sponsorship, they have a right to know why, since they came from my post, which is my recommendation and responsibility. I also meant that any further apologies could not change the situation. I understand that this was wrong of me to say. Sorry that I got Darren's followers count wrong. Who cares about getting his followers count wrong? What she said was fucked up. At the time, I thought a public apology was the best way to inform people about this professionalism. Obviously, I wasn't thinking that it was the most appropriate way to go about it. I was desperate to tell my followers not to work with Darren or the Procure Fan project. He told me he already contacted many of those who were interested, and I already received many DMs for people asking if they should move forward the project. I thought the best solution was for him to professionally but anonymously admit to why the sponsorship failed. To admit is the key word there. It was wrong of me to pressure him by mentioning our follower count that I got wrong anyway. Well, not just that, I think the entire thing was pretty wrong. I wanted my followers to know what happened, but was aware of how mentioning the accounts publicly for the first time will affect the search result in the project's future, which is why I thought it would be better if the transparency came from his side rather than mine. Your mutuals were already discussing the situation, so I assumed they were talking about me cutting ties with the project. I stated that I received harassment from anyone in your circle, that I would publicly post that our sponsorship had ended and the reason why. My intention was to let you know that I was aware of the people who have told about our discussion, that I would be monitoring conversation involving me. I want to clarify that I did not blame you personally for their actions. It was to maintain a boundary that if things escalated, I would be taking action. Insane build. Do I share what the reason was to everyone? Hey, can I ask what occurs so that you no longer support a project? Suspicious of Darren's mutual wanting to interact with me. Make a public post. Wonder why people are reacting to it. This girl was my child, would have no issue with telling her that was wrong, manipulative, and you are an idiot. Yeah. Oh god. I'm sorry for losing my patience with you once I felt insulted. I honestly wanted to receive my sponsorship money, promote your project, and have friendly relations for future promos. I saw a young boy that needed direction with the project and had lots of questions and wanted to help them. However, I need to clarify that Blossom had also been informed of you this multiple times is wrong. While you had autism listed on your straw page, and I noticed from you asking me many questions while we were friendly that you didn't understand boundaries, I did tell you the boundaries which were unprofessional when I rescinded the sponsorship. I request that you recheck the chat logs. I don't believe this was brought up. Throughout our friendly period, I did my best to adjust my language and explain things carefully to consider your perspective at the time. I'm sorry I lost my patience and did become cruel and insensitive in our communication. I really did not want you to move forward with the people under my post. I was desperate to put out a public statement and end our relationship. I'm sorry for threatening you while you were dealing with a family loss and not giving you time to get back to me as I gave you unnecessary pressure. However, I still believe people need to know that you struggle in a professional environment and why they should be warned before working with you. Why? She's is Twitter brained. What is... Why would I need to warn people? Because you're a minor. Most adults do not want to work with minors. Minors are vulnerable and easily manipulated by adults. Yeah, you don't say. I apologize for threatening and inappropriate behaviors. What the People don't want to work with minors. Minors are easily manipulated by adults, like I did. And because you don't understand boundaries and are likely to cross them. Asking me to take on your OC pet, multiple messages back to back, wanted to be friends, etc. My conclusion, I was wrong for the inappropriate actions that happened after you said I was disgusting and despicable. I was wrong for pressuring you to reply urgently. I was wrong for using my numbers in a way that felt threatening. I was wrong for not being the adult. I should have asked you to privately tell the people you already told that we're not going forward. Honestly, it's not... She doesn't get to... that's another issue with me and her thing, is that she doesn't get to dictate that, though. She made a post. Other people were interested. He needs to be transparent with them about the fact that he's a minor. And, I mean, they'll probably see that about his boundaries thing, the way he speaks through their exchange. But after that, it's up to them if they want to continue the partnership. She doesn't think this is a good fit. That's on her, but it's up to them. She doesn't get to dictate who he should be working with just because she made a post and they came from her. Besides, Twitter, it doesn't even show your tweets to only your followers anymore. In fact, I'd say it's almost the opposite. Like, my followers don't even see my tweets most of the time. The algorithm will show whatever they think you're interested in seeing. However, I do want to clarify that I did care about your misunderstanding and that I did try to accommodate you while we were friends. As per our text, I explained things carefully, to which you thanked me for many times. I'm sorry I didn't want to explain why I asked for modification to your apology draft. I'm sorry for pressuring you into exposing what happened. The post I was going to write was a little official reiteration of the post, but mentioning the actual name of the project. Manipulating, verbally abusing, and blackmailing. These are not appropriate way to describe the situation. I recognize that I did threaten to publicly disclose the detail of the relationship, and I acknowledge that it was not an appropriate way to end the collab. I'm sorry that my behavior affected you and the situation escalated where it's today. I still believe it's important for people to have context about why the working relationship was not able to continue. I apologize for behavior and that my community had to see it. Oh boy. Fucking wild. Reminder, grown woman responding to a 16-year-old grown woman who is a nurse who was bullying a minor to post a public apology over the most mundane thing ever. Dude, if she's my nurse, just do me a favor and take me out the back and shoot me. Jesus. The fact she made a response statement is horrible, Imo. He's a child. All she needed to say to address this was, I shouldn't have threatened a child. I'm sorry. An adult would solve this privately. I imagine she wants her audience to protect her with this. Protect her from a kid. Now, pack it up, girl. You're done. Imagine this being your response to extorting a 16-year-old Lamau. You know what? I'll direct quote you. Here's my last tip for free that even adults don't understand. When apologizing to anyone, follow the steps on Google Images. True. It's you to your 1.4k followers or me to my 18.8k followers, and I've never mentioned your name before, so it's up to you. I mean, she did say that. And he got mass reported and suspended. That's crazy. Yeah, Knights Assemble. This kid has looked at me wrong. I feel pulled to bring awareness to this situation. TLDR, Blossom blackmailed, cyberbullied, and threatened and almost caused a minor to commit over her actions. Please read the document in DOP for all the context. I feel like this needs to be said that having a Twitter following does not make someone successful or untouchable. Twitter is a way to stay updated on current events, engage with mutual peers, make announcements, etc. I have little over 4K on this platform, but I have a booming YouTube channel. Okay, what is this? Being able to turn your following into a solid community is what makes a creator, not the number of a Twitter account. It's never okay to flex this as your source of clout. Would Darren have been more professional? Sure, but let's not forget that they're 16. They're obviously brand new to the business side of the entertainment industry and got excited like anyone would over receiving a yes from putting themselves and their passion project out there. Professionalism is a learned skill, not inherent. That is true. Blossom quite literally cyberbullied and attempted to control them. This behavior is unprofessional at best for her and predatory at its worst. Blossom knew from the beginning that they were a minor, they knew they had the tism, and still attempted to not only exploit them as a power grab, but publicly shame them for holding her accountable for how she was speaking to them. It's not uncommon once a collab has gone into DMs that communication becomes more lax, and to behave in this way she did over a clear breakdown in communication is unacceptable. To attempt to control who Darren collabed with moving forward, which is absurd. To force a shame ritual by public humiliating when she is an adult and Darren is a minor is absolutely disgusting behavior. Your Twitter following doesn't give you the right to cyberbully someone. Your followers anywhere do not give you the right to cyberbully someone. At any point, you could have just blocked and moved on. Exactly! If it were just about boundaries. But the level to which this was taken is absolutely insane. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, to me too. The part that pissed me off the most was when he said that he lost a family member and she didn't care. She was like, your mistakes don't wait for you. Doctor, this young patient is annoying. Can we put a tag on him to let everyone know he's annoying? Type a nurse. Oh my.
Crusade Rima, thank you for the $5.
Pippa wants to be free to goon. New clip drop.
Crusade Rima, thank you for the $5. Yo, pink gooner. I'm not a gooner. I work third shift and your loud squeaky voice keeps me up through the beginning of it. So thanks. Also great karaoke yesterday. Thanks. Taylor, thank you. My Yoshi's great. That's you, dummy. Oh, thank you. It's not separate fiction from reality thing. That's a cop-out argument. You completely separate fiction from reality and still think that this or that piece of fiction is disgusting or degenerate. Yeah, and I also think you can think stuff is disgusting and degenerate and still enjoy it, you know? I feel like it's just easier to paint a little bit with broad strokes here. I think it's totally fine if somebody, I don't know how to say it without it sounding insult.
Oh wait, sorry, it's super loud. I just noticed that. My bad.
insulting. I don't know how to say it. I'm bad at. Oh, Minotaur! Say it anyways. Okay, I think it's fine to be puritanical and prudish. Sounds like a mean way of saying it, but like I genuinely think it's fine.
I mean, I think it's fine to be prudish. And I'm not gonna attempt to pronounce the second word she said, but I think it becomes an issue when you go around trying to dictate how other peoples must behave. I have a very live and let live mentality, and I think this applies to a lot of things. Like, just let me live my life my own way, and I'll let you live your life your own way. I just don't like when people go around and try to force other people to do things.
Right? I sincerely believe that, like, if online degeneracy stuff puts you off, you know, like, that's okay. That's okay. Like, it's not something that you have to feel ashamed of. I personally don't like how domineering Puritan culture is becoming, culturally, online. It triggers my war flashbacks to an earlier age when people were complaining about guns and video games and World of Warcraft making people summon the devil, Dungeons and Dragons being devil worship, shit like that. Like, that like triggers my flashback. And like Grand Theft Auto, sexism, virtual rape.
It's a frightening and disgusting
Virtual grape controversy? What the fuck? What is... Bro, it reminds me of that one tweet from this artist that was like, bro, how can there be cyberbullying, bro? Just turned off the computer.
trend in the world of online gaming. Hackers rewriting code to simulate sexual assault.
This is it!
Shauna Hunt is live with the disturbing reality of virtual rape. Shauna.
What?
Well, Roger, in the world of gaming, modifying characters is actually a common.
Chat, this is what goes through my brain every time I see the discourse online. Chat, this is what goes through my fucking brain. Everything that I see.
I mean, it's like when people were saying that Marilyn Manson's music was satanic and inciting people to go on mass shooting sprees. Oh yeah, he was Tyler the Creator. Yeah,
when it's like that fucking like Puritan culture online, I'm like, huh.
Thing, but these cases are extreme. These hackers, they're taking control of games being played online and they're staging these violent attacks, and the scenes are so disturbing we had to blur the images.
Online, they can take your character, lock them in place, have made their character pantsless, and then can simulate sexual assault with your character, and you are helpless to stop it.
The graphics
She sound like she's gonna cry. You are helpless to stop it. Just log off. What do you mean? Just turn off the computer.
Good. This attack is eerily realistic, but this is virtual rape. Hackers rewriting codes and hijacking online video games like Zombie Apocalypse and Grand Theft Auto. The vile scenes are then posted to YouTube.
That's deplorable and should not be allowed anywhere. Like, they should be banned off the servers immediately.
And Sam Meggs, an avid gamer and blogger, tells me in some cases these hackers also know as
there's nowhere safe anymore. Nice one, kids.
for modifying the game.
Anyways, I actually never seen this video before. This is all new to me. What the fuck?
Victims on their head.
Yeah. This video lives in my head rent-free. I've said I couldn't find it. But I'll have to save this. I'll have to save this. Chat, we gotta do something about this. We gotta rise up, chat. We gotta buy anime figures of lolis to save them from lolicons, chat. That's a thing people do, by the way. Mr. Delightful song they were in 2005.
Wait, really?
The problem is...
People buy figurines of lollies to save them from lolicons? What the frick?
Has always been pushing your shit on the others. Before was puritanical, now is degen, leave people alone with their taste unless it's illegal. I'm not kidding. That's something people literally do. Why did I say it here? I think I locked myself in hell. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. I don't know. The internet's funny. Nekopara, bro, the Nekopara situation is crazy. The Nekopara situation is fucking crazy, man.
Thanks, that's gonna be my video title. Yeah, take up the lollies!
Oh, wait, I can kill these. What the hell? I can actually kill them. People fucking love Nekopara, man. People love Nekopara. People don't be even asking what the cat doing. They just love Nekopara. It's crazy. Rainer goes, thank you, Pippa. Look behind you. What about Nekopara? The fact that people that should fucking hate Nekopara love Nekopara. Like, they will just, like, turn a blind eye to it, or they'll be like, I'm saving them. Or it's like, yeah, they're from media that's problematic, but like, I'm not like that. And it's like, that's cat porn. That's cat porn with little girls. They not even 3,000 years old, man. You up in arms. You up in arms about like the people that will get mad about like characters that look like too petite, like the new Scarlet Blade character or whatever, will be like, I love Nekopara. And you're just sitting there like, what?
Wait,
How do
did
you
she say Scarlet Blade? Wow, did she did a Rimaism? She said Scarlet Blade. Even I don't do that. I actually said Stellar Blade when I talked about the game. Just saying. I just want to point this out.
love Nekopara? Explain that to me. Something's not adding up here. What do you mean you love Nekopara? You can't love Nekopara. I'm gonna say it. You can't love Nekopara. You can't. It goes against everything you believe in. You cannot love Nekopara. Stellar Blade. How did I die? I can understand both sides of the argument with it. I know that's such a like fence-sitting thing to say. I can understand both sides of the argument, and I can very much understand something being like too far just in general for you and like wanting to not be around it. But the people that are like they make their personality going on these fucking moral crusades. They make their personality going on these moral crusades, and it's like, bro, you're playing one of the most degenerate fucking games out there that's available on Steam. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? There is no way. Locking old people in cages. Darren, take your $5. Can't pinpoint exactly where this started, but... Oh, wait, let me scroll up. There's a growing number of people with comfort characters from media they actively despise. Yeah, it's fucking insane! It's fucking insane! Like, what do you mean your comfort character is fucking rants? What? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Wait,
Tell me what you mean.
What does that mean? Your comfort character is rants? What does that actually? What does that mean? I don't understand.
It's fucking insane!
What is
like,
rants?
What do you mean your comfort character is fucking rants? What? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Sengoku rants? Oh, it's a game. It's from the visual novel. Rants game. XD. This? You should ask Leah for more info, or I will do.
Tell me what you mean right now. What did you mean by that? Usually with like soft, like e-girl friendly looking characters. A lot of the times it is the Nekopara girls specifically will be like people's comfort characters, and you're just sitting there like yeah, it's cute and wholesome. Oh my god, I'm getting mauled! Motherfuckers will go around calling everything Diddy Blood, and they got a chocolate profile picture. Make it make sense.
Dude, it's always like that. It's always like that.
Make it make sense.
Rance is the most degenerate VN protect to ever exist. Lol. Affectionate? Is that it? Yeah.
Everybody, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Low Effort Clips. That's right, Low Effort Clips.
What do you mean was this clip from before after the book talk vids? Wait, she's made videos on book talk? No way. Where? I want to see these clips. Yeah, it's such a cute ending. They always do that, low effort clips. I'm not on Book Talk. Book Talk makes me rage, so if there are clips where somebody's complaining about Book Talk, it's gonna be very cathartic to me. That's why I want this, okay? Do not slander me. She's the LeBron of Vtubers. What the fuck are these clips? How long is that Nuzagi clip? 30 minutes? It's already 9 p.m. I have to work on some stuff. I have to go work on some videos. I think we'll do the rest tomorrow then. Oh, Book Talk and AnyTubers are very similar about these things. You know what? I'm not surprised. What is Book Talk? Just TikTok talking about books? Yes, it's the TikTok community about books, and they're like responsible for making a lot of books very popular, but their books are slop. They're actual slop. I know, I kind of want to watch the Nuzagi video, but I really need to go pee too. What should I do? Didn't react to Parrot either. True. No, I can't watch it at 1.5 speed. My editor says it fucks up the highlights so bad. I'm not streaming from a phone now. What I was also supposed to talk about this other cheating scandal. Well, scandal. I'm just gonna call everything scandalous. Like, there's this other thing with the cum tributes that we needed to talk about, but it's also pretty long. And it's getting late, so I think I'll save it for tomorrow. My funniest, the funniest tweet I've seen all weekend is this, though. I fucking love this tweet. That was a cum tribute Doki, yeah. I'll talk about it tomorrow because there's a lot to go through because everybody involved did Google Docies. But anyways, just a little warning in case you're astral projecting. If you ever astral project, by all means, heed my warning. Don't ever summon Sam Altman while astral projecting, okay? This could have dire repercussions. This is a this is a post from r/astral projecting. Do not face Sam Altman alone when astral projecting. Today, while astral projecting, I summoned Sam Altman to try and weaken him so our hexing spells would work better. He's so fucking powerful. I'm not at a power level to do this alone. I barely escaped to move my life and I'm spiritually injured to a great amount, but I think I'll make it. I can't imagine what he would do to a new, unsuspecting witch. I'm scared that I will have to face him again soon if I ever want to continue astral projecting. I'm currently burning healing incense and drawing spiritual energy from my crystals to try and heal as quick as possible. Please be safe, everyone. Sam Altman is much stronger than I first imagined, and we will have to do this together if we want to slay a god. I can't tell if it's LARPing, bro. Sam Altman is the CEO of OpenAI, by the way, if you guys didn't know. But if he's that powerful, why is his company bleeding money? This reply cracked me up too. Just change your class to Witch Doctor and grind on some Jinn, sorry. I misread that. Just change your class to Witch Doctor and grind on some Jinn or Archangels. The Haitian zombie summoning perks makes it super easy to block Halal Ray. This is the only possible way to solo him before level 42. If you solo Sam Altman, his rare drops are more likely to spawn, removing the grind. I want to believe it. This is 4 years ago? Wait, you're right. This was 4 years ago. Imagine how powerful he must be now. Yeah, fruit and slip on the Dujin there. The Dujin works too. Sam Altman rare drops demon summoning trinket +5. Hell yeah. Oh, it's an edit of another viral post? Oh, okay. Damn, I thought it was real. That was so funny. I honestly burst out laughing reading this. It was so good. It's like the best tweet I found of the entire weekend. I wish I could give it a prize. It's so funny. Grinding on some Dujin? Is that Rima's alt replying? Oh, the original post was about Allah? Really? But what about the reply? Is the reply also edited? Sam Altman is level grinding, yeah. He's solo leveling. Rima, read Bad Thing in Diary during your free time. Okay, thank you. Have you ever heard of the Kickstarter drama Katalika? No, I haven't. That shit is crazy, really? Did you post stuff in the Discord? Don't face Sam Altman alone is crazy. I know, it's a banger headline. Banger headline. Yup. What free time? Okay, anyway, I think I gotta go work on some stuff. Sorry I couldn't go through all the topics. We'll leave the contributes to tomorrow. Oh, man. Oh my god, Alias is still role-playing the pregnancy stuff. She is really pushing that LARP to the max. I mean, props to her. It's creative. Let's rate her. And bitch, let's see. Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the stream. Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the stream. Ew, this is how I sound. I hate this. Alright, thank you so much. Yeah, I will go pee. Don't worry, everybody. Hi, Jason. Okay, thank you, everybody, for hanging out today. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna go work on my videos. My editors have been needing some stuff from me for a while now, so I really gotta do that.
Daddy.
Yeah, sure. I'll wash my hands. Sure, whatever. Not crossing my fingers behind my back as I say that. Okay, bye everybody. Be nice to the streamers I'm reading. Have a wonderful day. See you later on a Monday. Enjoy.